All right, we're live. We're live. We're tapping in. We weren't prepared to go live, but we made the call to just spontaneously go live because Avast is live with us from a grocery store. What do you got in the cart, Avast? What do you got in there?
So far, we have Sam's Cola, the off-brand. This is the off-brand Coke Zero, and then of course the true.
Oh, the king.
The actual king here. And right now I'm in the meat aisle looking for ground chicken or turkey to
make
a taco bowl.
Actually, he's looking for human meat, but they don't sell that there.
They don't sell that here.
It's come by. Yeah, you need to go through special grocery stores for that. So
let's get some. Go meet a guy in an alleyway with a trench coat.
Let's give some context here. So we messed up our communication for today. It's no one's fault, and you know it's a free podcast, so it's not the biggest priority in the world. Avril wants to go to bed because you have to readjust your sleep schedule. We were supposed to go live in a couple of hours, but then it turned into we're gonna go live at this time 2 hours earlier. But then Jack is like in the middle of a Commander game, so he's not here. And Avast was like,
I'm from the grocery store. I'm from the grocery store, by the way. So like I don't know why he can't call in.
Yeah, so Avast is in the grocery store right now because we weren't sure about when we would actually go live. Bad communication. Avast went to the gym, had a good gym sesh, and then had to stop by the grocery store on the way home.
Actually, I didn't. It wasn't even that good. I cut it short because I saw everyone's like, we're getting the call.
Oh.
So
you did get a pump in.
Yeah, I got an okay pump. By the way, do you guys think ground turkey? Or do you think here it's 85% lean, 15% fat?
I need to be leaner.
Or do you think ground? Or do you think no? Because it's a taco bowl. You don't want it to be that lean. Or do you want? You gotta have some flavor.
8%. Take that one. Take the ground chicken. Yeah, take that. 8%.
Ground chicken. Is this 8%? Is that what it says?
Yeah, 8% fat.
What you guys don't know is like Johnny said all that, but really this is just an elaborate bit that Connor planned a week ago. He's like, man, wouldn't it be funny if we just did this whole thing? We went live 2 hours early, and then I can be at the shopping. I can go shopping.
Oh, this is the enigma of Avast. This is beautiful. This is peak content right here.
I feel like my gate looks crazy from down there.
You can't see your legs, so
maybe, yeah.
No,
I mean,
like the way I'm walking.
We can only see your upper body, so.
No, I think it's fine. I think it's fine.
The beans.
You're rocking a little bit, maybe. I don't know.
Well,
maybe I'm stiff.
I'm trying to be a little close.
Right. I wouldn't worry about that. All right, you're in the fruit aisle. Is there any fruit there?
No, I'm in beans. I need black. I'm making a taco.
I want you to start
black beans.
I want you to start a random conversation with the cashier on your way out.
No.
No, I always go to the self checkout. So that would just be
anti-social guy.
That would just be disrupting my.
You gotta make those grocery workers earn their wage. You gotta make them do their jobs. Okay, go and have a conversation with them. Make them.
I'm gonna put you guys back. So I have here. This is my bushes, black beans, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going in there.
Okay. So are you cooking this for the family? Are you making the taco bowl?
Yes, I am the cook of the family.
Okay. How do you have any like personal customization of the taco bowl? Do you have a preference of like ratios? Any cooking tips and tricks?
I prefer it beanier to meatier, me personally.
Right. Okay. That's healthy.
Yes, exactly. For the fiber. Also, we didn't get any fresh jalapenos, but I think I'll get some pickled jalapenos.
Nice. I love that. Yeah.
Add a couple pickled jalapenos, even though, they've been genetically breeding jalapenos to not be as spicy. They've been essentially taking away our spice.
That sounds like a very human thing to do.
Yeah, they've essentially gotten so popular. Like, dude, they need to be more widespread appeal. So we're going to make them less spicy and breed them to be less spicy. And essentially, is this not the equivalent of like when they dumb down a MOBA, or perhaps like when they change a video game and they're like, we needed a broader appeal? It's like how in Genshin Impact, like we need to make the twink skinnier, and they just like keep doing it. So that's essentially the jalapeno pepper.
Well, so it's like League of Legends, but you can't deny creeps. You can't deny League of Legends, right?
Exactly. It's like League of Legends, except it was like, imagine a bunch of cartel-owned farms crossbreeding their peppers to make them more spicy.
Yeah. Have you run out of everything? Why are you buying everything like?
My family does not cook, so I was gone. I was in Canada for a month, and so there's nothing in the house.
They stopped. So for a whole month, they just didn't eat.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, I need one more tip. What was the other thing I was gonna get?
Is there
salsa?
In your family, I'll give some context to this. In your family, like what are some of the like go-to like meal options or things that are always in the fridge? So like when we go to Florida, for example, you know, pub subs are like a phenomenon because you go to Publix and they have amazing sub sandwiches. Like everyone raves about pub subs. Is there anything around? You don't need to dox yourself, but is there anything that you like always is in the fridge in your family?
Maybe here. It's more so a freezer family because they never want to cook, so they just do frozen
foods?
meals. So they do a lot of lean cuisine. Because my mom is like 90s like health craze pilled still because she's obviously older. So like back in the 90s, everyone thought that like fat was really bad for you and sugar like we should just eat like 8 million grams of carbs. Yeah, we should just eat 8 million grams of carbs instead.
Saturated
so
fats.
There's a lot of well, yeah, but like she was like, fats are bad. Like we shouldn't have any fat. There should be no fat whatsoever. So, you know, there's a lot of like lean cuisine, a lot of stuff that's like low fat, like crackers in the pantry. And there's a lot of for my brothers lived at home for a while, and one of them still does. And they do a lot of like chicken, like very non-GMO chicken tendies, which are, you know, those are just chicken tendies to be fair, but
non-GMO chicken tendies.
Non-GMO, which, you know, I'm not even gonna get into that because that's a whole other. That's like, I'm not even gonna get into that one. So, you know, I need to also salsa choices.
Johnny,
right?
Ask this guy some Overwatch related questions. Make him talk about Overwatch real quick.
No. I want to keep going. Like, do you have is there any reason why you want me to do that, Avril? I got more questions.
I just think it'd be funny to start on the Overwatch topics with him still in the store and make him talk about
I'm sure he's got more
Overwatch
stuff.
Topics.
He's got a while left.
While he's finding the perfect beans
This is
on
only
the shelves.
the only salsa verde they have.
Oh.
The Cholula.
You're a green salsa guy?
Well, for this, I would be a green salsa typically. It adds a bit more freshness than a red, I think, for this taco bowl. I feel like also my family can't eat spice. They can't eat spice, so we have to do green salsa. Even though I can, but they cannot. They literally, if I put too much pepper on a dish, they're like, ooh, a little spicy.
No, I love a good like restaurant salsa. Like the restaurant salsa is different from like the store-bought salsa.
See, I trust Cholula. I trust the Cholula brand is the thing.
Yeah.
I'm trusting them. I think that's what I go. Wait, there's one more actually. Wait, I'm gonna ask your opinion.
All right.
There's the La Victoria. La Victoria, me when I win the push map, and my games in Spanish, La Victoria. So what do you guys think? Like,
I trust Cholula more, I think.
Think so?
Yeah, I don't.
You're gonna weigh in here?
I've never seen the things you're holding up in my face in my life before.
You've never seen a green salsa. You've never seen a green salsa before?
I don't know. I can't tell the difference. So if you covered up the labels, they just both look like the same thing to me.
Okay, I'm gonna get the Cholula. I
don't love the thick and chunky branding on the other one. It seems like they're just going for.
You don't like them big and you don't like them chunky.
It seems like they're catering to the gym rat. Just thick and chunky salsa.
I'm gonna give them an option too. You can dip tortilla chips into this taco bowl to eat it. So I'll get some tortilla chips as well.
Oh, I love that. Using tortilla chips as a spoon.
Oh, cilantro, guys! I forgot about the cilantro.
You like cilantro? You're a big cilantro head.
I am.
You're not a cilantro tastes like dish soap kind of guy.
No, I love it. If it tastes like dish soap, that means you've been cursed by God.
Avril, do you have a take on this? Does cilantro taste like dish soap to you?
Oh, it tastes good to me. Isn't cilantro just coriander? Is that the same thing?
Yes.
Wait, it is?
Yes, it's the same thing.
That tastes good to me.
I didn't know this.
What do you mean you didn't know this?
No, I've never thought about that. I mean, I can't remember.
When Johnny was asking you about what food you have in the fridge, I thought he was about to do a very clever transition to do ad read. I was like, "This is it. This is the transition to the ad read." I was like, "He's gonna do it."
This like you don't need help. You don't need to go to the store. You get factor meals.
So cilantro is just a Spanish word for coriander.
Yes, essentially it's just like, and it's also coriander, like the spice is like
this guy lives on the border of Texas. He's like, oh, we're just gonna start speaking more Spanish. Look at this guy.
What can I say? Well, I mean, also in America, we don't call it coriander. We call it cilantro, unless it's the spice. Then you call it. It's weird because the fresh version is cilantro, while the ground up, like dried version, the spice is coriander. I don't know why.
I see.
I can't tell you the reason. It's just another
Coriander seeds and
messed up
coriander
thing.
leaves. All right. For people just tuning in here, Jaws is in the middle of a commander game. He agreed to come on around 1:15. It's now 1:45, so it's a long commander game, apparently. Also, Jaws has some handyman coming over in about 15 minutes to help him
Yeah,
fix
he's not
something
even
in
going
his
to show
house.
up now.
So Jaws might not even be here because we messed around with the scheduling. So again, bad communication here. But we're enjoying. Oh, this is a big decision right here. What tortilla chips are you going with here, Avast? Give us a play-by-play.
I'm debating between the Santitas. This is just
Corn?
a yellow corn. The
Right.
yellow corn versus the Caladad. This is the restaurant style.
Ooh,
The restaurant style
okay.
Caladad. I'm gonna look at the ingredients. Let's compare. Pretty similar calories. Pretty similar protein and fiber content. Actually, this has more fiber. More fiber per
Okay.
serving.
I think I prefer those kind of tortillas less. I don't know what other
This?
options there are in the aisle. Yeah, but I don't like those. I can't
Why?
explain why, but just I know what they taste like, but I can't explain why I don't like.
There's
the taste.
many options. There's a ton of options.
Right. right.
So I could be here for hours.
I
We could
guess
be here
there's
for
like
hours.
flour tortilla chips. Maybe I'm more of a flour tortilla chips kind of guy.
Oh, see, I prefer a corn tortilla chip.
Right.
Yeah, these
I
are
love a good corn tortilla sometimes. Yeah, if there's like a Mexican place. Yeah.
I'll show you one more option.
Real quick, I just had a look at the thumbnail for this week's episode, and I gotta say, Avast
Yeah.
in the mustache hat look is so convincing.
We can.
It's
we can
actually the
throw it.
most
do you
convincing. It was
mean?
like, I was like, oh, this
Oh,
guy looks
those
like
look.
he's in the frontier.
Those look
This guy
great.
looks
by the
like
way.
he's frontier. He's sifting through gold in the mines or something.
Yeah, we'll
I've
bring
had
up
this
the thumbnail.
before. I've had this before, but it's slightly more pricey, but honestly not bad.
I like the paper packaging. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Microplastics.
honestly, I've had this one before. It's quite nice. It's got a little bit of lime in it too. It's got a little bit of lime.
Oh yeah,
It
that was
specifies
some
white corn.
salsa
instead of
verde
yellow
with that. Wait, if they're lime flavored, make sure your family likes the lime because
They're not.
you know.
They're not lime flavored. They're not
Okay.
lime flavored. They're salted. They just say salted. They just say it has lime in it.
Right.
I imagine for a little bit of
Okay.
acidity.
Solomon, can you pull up the thumbnail real quick?
So
We
I'm
can take a
taking
look at. Uber Chain did some amazing work
By the
for
way,
this week's episode. Yeah.
The attention to detail to make sure that you still maintained the Carney vibe on your one was a brilliant. That was really a piece. That was an art
A
piece right
brilliant
there.
decision. It was a
I was
brilliant
like, damn.
decision.
That's
Oh,
pretty
I'm gonna see
better.
if they have cilantro. Actually, the last thing I need to get fresh cilantro. Are you guys? Here's the question. Are you guys
Here you go.
Do you like to buy your? What I look like? I kind of. You know who I look like? I look like. What's that character from Deadlock? The one that Warden. I look like Warden a little bit. I don't know if it's just that.
You look like
I think I
Bob.
look.
You genuinely look like
Bob.
Bob.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, it's giving.
Bob's got
Bob
the
a
same
little bit.
mustache and hat.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah,
You,
this
you
is
actually
amazing
both
work.
look like you could. You look like you're working together as partners. Like Johnny's the front guy at the Carney. He's the Carney hustle at the front, and you're the guy doing the shading dealers in the back.
There it is.
Yeah, that's Warden.
Oh, I saw some stuff. Oh my goodness. I saw some
Dude,
other
you guys
photos.
need to-
That's amazing.
You guys need to help me on the. See, look, it even says, like, here's the cilantro. You see how
Right.
it says cilantro, but then coriander, like
There you go.
underneath, sort of. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Yeah,
Coriander.
Yep.
So I gotta pick a good cilantro bunch here.
just pick a green one.
Yeah, it's always tough sometimes. It's always tough.
No,
to find
wait,
the
you're
right
actually
cilantro bunch.
sifting through them to see which one is best.
I mean, do
What are you
not
looking for?
Check your produce. Do you not
What are
check
you
your
looking for?
produce? I'm looking for one that's just like majority fresh. There doesn't mean like major.
Good that you
wilting,
can-
no like major. Black
It's good that you can
here.
still find products made in the USA when you're still in Canada. Saw that.
This one is it. This is the one. This is the one.
This is the one.
Taking this guy.
Nice. It looks so
one.
sprawly.
He's-
Yeah, it looks very healthy.
He's
You could
coming home
plant
with
that
me.
at home.
I could. We're growing habanero.
Oh, he's gone.
Bye. All right. Welcome to Plat Chat 270.
Oh, he's back.
Oh, there
he's
he
back.
is. Okay. And he's muted.
No, we can't hear you now. We can't hear you now, Avast. Your mic is off. Thank you to Professor Chex, member for 48 months. 4 years of Plat Chat member. Thank you so much, Professor Chex. Appreciate it. Oh, we can hear you now, Avast.
Okay, yeah, my mom called me, so it was
Oh, okay.
when I'm on
Sorry,
the
I'm on
phone,
Plat
it kind of, I
Chat.
guess, interrupts. I was told her I didn't even say anything. I just rejected the call. I'll call her later. I'll call her later.
Maybe that was a good segue into starting today's episode. I guess we could still do members question while you're walking around the grocery store.
What we could also do is when Avast finally goes to checkout and starts that random conversation with the checkout person, you can add them into the podcast with you, and they can replace Jaws, and so we can still have 4 people. It'll
Do
be
you
us
think
3 and the
someone
checkout
working
person.
the cashier would be like, "Hey, do you want to be on my podcast episode?" Like, I don't think they just
No,
probably like.
Johnny, you'll ask a question about Overwatch, and then we'll all give an opinion. And be like, and then check out. What do you think? Do you think
they
Team
just
Liquid is going
wanna-
to end up beating Nightmare and all that kind of shit?
They just want to check out this white guy and then just let them do their job and go home.
Hello, everybody.
Did you
Welcome.
win?
We're alive.
Did you
We're
win the
alive, by the way,
Commander?
Jack.
Yes, I did win.
Let's go!
It was a good
Guys,
it was a good
literally-
Oh,
call
that's
to
the
finish.
champion. He won. He
I
fucking won.
literally called in from the grocery store, and you couldn't even
POV?
show up in your card game.
POV. I'm him. You're her. POV.
POV, I'm the fresh cilantro that he just picked into his grocery
Point of
cart.
view, I'm picking cilantro and showing it to the camera. Oh, like this is nice. Like
Take a
Look
bite,
at
though.
this.
You won't.
Wow.
Take a bite.
I'm not gonna pick a bite of the unwashed cilantro. That's just asking.
Avast
for
is
trouble.
very sometimes. He's not willing to do that. You know what's
No,
going to happen.
that's- Okay, I'm checking out here. Let's put you guys in a
Put us on the
situation
conveyor
where-
belt. Put us on the conveyor belt so we're like sliding along.
Check us
Wait.
out. Beep us,
Wait, would that
beep us
work?
on the thing. Check
Let's
us
see.
out.
Let's see if that works. Will it?
What is?
POV,
Oh my
you're a
god.
grocery
go.
item being checked
Wow,
out.
this is-
POV, you're
Point of
cilantro.
view, point of view, you're the cilantro.
I just wonder what it would be like if I was on the conveyor belt.
There you go.
There you go.
That looks
Great.
great.
All right.
Shit. That was good.
This is awesome. So I know Jaws. You obviously
slot.
have a scheduling conflict coming up here. So if you got to leave, no worries.
No,
as
it
well.
will only be like 5 minutes or whatever. They're
Yeah.
just
Okay.
checking shit out.
All right. It's a little scuff this week, but anyway, I've gone through the context. Miscommunication. It's all good. So we have a fun segment today. We're going to do, hence why we got the amazing thumbnail done by Uberchain this week. Where we're all dressed up like we're going to the casino, I don't know, 100 years ago or something like that. So
1800s casino.
yeah, that was actually like what I was like, hey, can we go for this vibe, like early casino days or something? So we have a game today because obviously all 3 regions, or even more, they're competing for mid-season championship slots. And it's going to be the top 3 who qualify for the mid-season championship. And so we got a game here in who we think will qualify for the mid-season championship as Avast is scanning and checking out.
Dude,
The audio listeners are very
It's fine.
confused
It's
right now.
fine.
I'm almost done.
So
Almost
I
done.
think I'm gonna explain the game first, and then we can do members question at the end of the episode here. So for this game, usually we do brackets, we do predictions, but instead, for a change of pace, we're gonna do this game. We're gonna
dude, your
made up
card
odds.
number, bro. Your fucking card number. You're so stupid.
Quick, order something off Amazon, everyone. Quick, chat, go.
I've made odds, sports betting odds for all 3 regions, and we're all gonna get some play money for each region. And we're gonna place money. We can distribute it however we want, and whoever gets the most "quote unquote" play money at the end of the qualifiers, they're the winner. They have the best predictions, and so we're gonna run through this. We get 1,000 play money for Korea, 1,000 in play money for EMEA, and 1,000 for North America. And we'll go through all the regions, and you can chat about why you think this is a better bet than the others, and all that good stuff. So we'll just have fun with it while we talk about all the regions and the qualifiers coming up. So yeah, there you go. Walmart, Avast.
Point of view, you go. I let my cart go wild.
No, we're rolling
And-
away. Quick, chase it.
Here's one. If you whoever wins, whoever wins the betting competition gets a free item from Avast grocery trolley.
Oh,
Whatever item you want, whatever item he currently has in the
No,
trolley.
You can pick
Take
whatever.
his slop away. Take his slop.
Not
Are you
my
going
slop.
cilantro, black beans, salsa?
Dude, don't anything but my cilantro. It's a good bunch.
It's a good bunch.
There's a good bunch. Dude, it's so hot outside. Oh my god, it's like 98 degrees.
You wearing sunscreen?
No, because I'm only out here for a little bit. I'm going back inside the car. So I think it's fine if I get like 5 minutes of total sunlight.
Okay.
Do they use Fahrenheit or Celsius in Toronto in Canada?
Oh shit.
Isn't it Celsius?
They use Celsius, but the older generations they used to use imperial. So if you go to an old person in Canada, they know imperial units, but young people don't.
True. Base the young Canadian people. Anyway,
It's a change in generation. Anyway, so we're gonna kick things off with Korea here, and keep in mind you get 1,000 in play money each, and you can bet however much you'd like. Just please make it simple, so like round numbers. On these different teams. Now, Solomon, I don't know if we have a good way of visualizing this, but I'll read out the odds just for simplicity. So we all get 1,000 in play money. For Korea, the odds of each team making top 3 is T1. I put it at 1.2. AGG 1.4. Crazy Raccoon 2.2, which means if you bet 100 play money on Crazy Raccoon, you get 220 back. Settle Division 2.8. Team Falcon 6. And Onside Gaming, if Onside Gaming make the top 3, you get 12 times your money back. So just instant reactions here. You get 1,000 to play with, each of you. Based on, the performance of the teams, the stage so far, going to the tournament. What do you think are some, what stands out first?
Wait, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Isn't the play?
Uh,
How many teams are there? 6. You just put 150 on each, and then you always come out with more than $1,000.
that's Jack's bet. All right, we know his bet
Okay,
is.
well, yeah. I mean, you could do that. You could do that strategy. That the question is, will you
yeah.
make enough to win?
Oh, will you make enough to win? I see. I'd probably do like a 400, then a 200. Honestly,
I'm gonna write all this down. So, I'll take all your bets when you're giving it some thought. Obviously, I want to hear your reasoning. That's the whole goal of the segment. Is your reasoning behind your bets? Why you think some teams are good bets and the others?
it to EWC, you mean?
No. Go
Yes,
top 3.
essentially. Well, it's
Top 3.
top
They're
3.
making top 3.
yeah, essentially. So, what do you think? T1, they obviously have a quote-unquote easier side of the bracket because they don't have CR, AGG on their side of the bracket. Even if T1 lose, they still only have to win 1 match to qualify, or to win 3rd place, rather. I can hear myself, I think, through Avast.
It's like it's like what's the guy that works out and he's like jacked and he does videos in his car. It's
What
like
the
that,
hell, man?
But just
What
so
is
much
this?
worse.
dude, well, then the problem was that the word ZP called me on Discord and it interrupted the whole call and it just dropped it. And then on top of that, then it started playing U2 through my car speakers. Like the Apple autoplay started playing U2 and shit. So it was just a disaster. What I miss? I'm sorry, I'm back.
This is good now. No, this
Johnny,
is fine
explain
now.
everything again. Explain it all one more
Oh,
time
no,
for
I
Avast.
heard that. I saw that. I heard
Who
the
wants to go
explanation.
first then?
Is anyone feeling Falcons? I'll start there. Is
I
anyone
am.
feeling Falcons at
I am.
6 times the money? They have to beat Crazy Raccoon, and they could lose the next match, but they have to win the 3rd place match. Is anyone feeling Team Falcons to
Yeah.
go 2-1 this weekend?
Yeah, because the odds are in the six times return. You got to think about the outsized returns here for a team that could actually do it. We're not talking about onside that basically no chance to do it. Falcons might actually do it. So I am feeling them. Can I put all 1,000 on one team?
You can do whatever you want,
Wow.
but because I'll combine all the regions afterwards, right? So if you're wrong about your 1,000 play money bet, then you'll be set back when we total everything up, right?
True. That's true.
All right, so Falcons have struggled so far this stage. So why do you think it's still? Is it just odds related? Like do you think they have a chance of beating Crazy Raccoon? And
Crazy Raccoon don't look good right now. Like, okay, there's two scenarios here. Either they're actually sandbagging and Crazy Raccoon are secretly good, and they've been sandbagging the whole time because Moon's trying to do a haha funny, and it doesn't matter because they've already qualified EWC. Or they actually are struggling. And if they actually are struggling, then yeah, Falcons could beat them. It's possible. So, on paper, Falcons have actually got probably the better meta for them if you consider like Harbin's hero pool. This is assuming that 9K doesn't just keep swapping someone in to play things that he shouldn't be playing and just leave Harbin in full time to play the Orisa. Alternatively, like even stuff like Zarya has been working in Korea. So just all the things that lean into Harbin's hero pool, just leave him in there, let him play. At this point, they've just been playing Merit Stalker full time. So whatever, they'll just do that. That's fine. Play a bunch of the Merit Freya, but even Cass is coming back in, and you could probably trust Merit on that hero. So I think the meta generally looks pretty favorable for Falcons, and their odds are looking pretty good. So I'd be willing to put a lot on them personally.
I mean, I guess one of Falcons' biggest wins this stage is their 3-2 over T1, but it was in the week 1 of regular season. They lost to AGG. They lost to Sala Division. They lost to Crazy Raccoon. 0-3, mind you, just fairly recently. I guess it was 3 weeks ago. And they've only beaten Old Ocean. So that's not... You still think it's a good money bet here?
I think the returns are good.
Okay. How much are you thinking then? How much are you thinking? How much do you want to put on Falcons here? Keeping in mind the whole game, all regions here. How much are you willing to risk on Falcons to 6 to 1
It's 1,000 per region, right?
It's 1,000 per region, yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna go like a good 500 of Falcons. I'm putting a lot into this.
500.
Yeah, because I think I could lose big, but if I hit, and I'm hitting big here. If you hit big. All right, I think it's just. I'm not gonna bet the house on it because I'll leave a little bit remaining for everything else.
Yeah,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
You've actually kind of swayed me here because I didn't have Falcons in my calculations, but the 6-1. Maybe I goofed up. Maybe I should have let everyone else go, and then I should have gone last. This is ridiculous.
Does he have Falcons winning Korea?
No, top 3, making the top 3. So beating Crazy Raccoon and then winning one more.
Ooh, that's a tough one. Also, by the way, sorry, I disconnected again because my phone overheated and the iPhone was like, you can't use the phone right now. It's too hot.
Okay.
So now I'm back.
Are you feeling Falcons at 6-1 odds, Avast?
6-1 on. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Falcons is a very good value because we get 1,000 total, right, to use over multiple regions.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
no, 1,000 per region.
Oh, I thought that's 1,000 per region.
Yeah, per region. 1,000 per region. Sorry.
Oh, I mean, that's a very good value bet. I mean, honestly, I would even say that's beyond value. That's a little bit risque. Honestly, that's a bit above my risk tolerance for Falcons. It's a bit above my risk tolerance. I'm gonna say I talked to my quant. And I think it's not for me.
At what odds would you have considered Falcons?
Well, it's not. I mean, I just think 500 into Falcons is too much.
Well, what? Yeah, that's just because I'm crazy. You can put whatever you want into them, and that could be 0.
Yeah, I mean, I think I would do. But the thing is, I would definitely throw a value bet into the Falcons camp just because, like, if this roster has to go to last chance qualifier, which will likely win by default because no one else will pay the money to go there. So,
this fucking podcast.
That's amazing analysis. That was amazing.
I think they will likely win by default because there's only going to be them and Vision Esports. Like there's only going to be like 2 teams.
Okay, it's not about the last chance qualifier, buddy. You can't. It's making top 3.
Top 3 Korea.
Top 3 Korea.
That's the response I was looking for.
Oh my god!
I just wanted to jab.
I think we're gonna let the Avast go here.
I'm gonna go.
maybe I'll quit his connection.
Our Avast AI is failing, guys. We forgot to pay the premium subscription on the Avast AI, and it's currently melting.
Oh my god.
So bad, guys. So bad.
Dude,
Oh, wow.
It's like he's doing it on purpose as well, but he's not.
I
It's like
guess.
he's
It's just a
actually
big
doing it on
Avast bit. This is a
purpose.
whole Avast bit.
It's a
This
bit.
is so
it's all
scuffed.
just
The phone
it's a bit
overheating.
on- it's bits on
ZP
top of
calling him
bits.
10 times. It's just a huge
Mom
giant bit.
calling him. This is why he's slow to respond. He's got too many people wanting to reach
It's
out to
bits
him.
on top of bits.
It's crazy. All right,
Okay,
Joss, how are you feeling about Falcons?
I don't know. Like, I think if I were to make a prediction, like, I'm probably splitting my money 3 ways, in all honesty. Like, 400, 400, then 200. 200 on the one that I just don't see making it.
All right.
I think Wait, can you bring up the stats again, Solomon? Or the, not
Odds.
stats, but the odds? Real quick.
It's for the audio listeners. I'm going to remind the audio listeners. For T1, it's 1.2. AGG, it's 1.4. Crazy Raccoon is 2.2. Stellar Division,
See,
2.8. Falcons, 6 times the money. And Onside Gaming, 12 times the money.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet any money on onside gaming. I'm kind of with Avro, and like I'd probably bet a decent chunk on Falcons, because if you do end up hitting, it's pretty.
I should have gone
decent.
last.
Well, the thing is, like, betting on T1, you're getting a 1.2, but like it's almost a guarantee.
Yeah, I probably messed this up. But they just have to win one match against either Stellar Division or Onside Gaming.
And I think T1 win that.
And they look great in the seeding matches.
Yeah. They
So,
did.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna say this. I did not, Avril. I was gonna say that people would have found their way to Falcons anyway, but because of your reminder, I was actually swayed. So I'm gonna put 200 on Falcons. The 500 is too much, but I'm gonna put 200 at Falcons as like a long shot there. So I still think that Crazy Raccoon are the better team. Falcons have struggled all along. Even if they do beat Crazy Raccoon, they're still AGG waiting. And if they can't be AGG, they still there's just so many tough opponents for Falcons that like a lot of things would have to go Falcons' way, I feel like. So, but the odds are good. The odds are good.
See,
Still.
I'd put 400 on Falcons.
You're gonna put 400 on Falcons? Okay.
400 on Falcons. Oh, wait. Man. No, sorry, Solomon. 200 on Falcons, 400 on T1, 400 on Crazy Raccoon.
Okay. And now I gotta hear your reasoning here.
Because like T1 only need to win 1 game, right? And like,
Okay, is there anything gameplay related?
Hell, fucking no. They look good in the.
Come on, that's the whole reason.
No,
we're doing
the
this.
seeding. You watch the seeding matches, bro. Like, they're gonna win. They're gonna win that game against Zeta or Onside. Come on. So, like, in theory, that's a safer bet, and it's like a 1.2, right? That's like not too bad. That's like a little return. But then Crazy Raccoon and Falcons, I just think these are the 3 best teams right now. Although, that's why I put 200 on Falcons, because I just don't think there is an outside possibility that they just end up losing. But I think Crazy Raccoon have been sandbagging. I think they just come out and win it. And then it's a decent return on Crazy Raccoon, 2.2 for 400. That's not bad. And then if I do end up winning the Falcons spread, that's 6. A 6 return on 200, 600. Like, that's good. Or, wait, 1,200, sorry. That's good.
Yeah, I think I looked at Crazy Raccoon 2.2, and I think that's good as well. I think there are some teams that look a little crispier than Raccoon, especially after their disappointing seeding matches. But I still think Crazy Raccoon still got it. Like you got Lip on Cassidy, like hitting all the shots and looking extremely good. I think that match against Stellar Division was quite telling actually. Because Stellar Division, I really like the compositions they were playing. Bernard was like a beast on Orisa. It looked clean. But 2.2 for Crazy Raccoon is good. So I'm also gonna put some money on Crazy Raccoon. I'm gonna put 300. I'm gonna put 300 on Crazy Raccoon. I think it's really good value for your bet there.
Yeah, that's like an insane return.
You know what would be insane?
So.
Is if I put my other 500 on Crazy Raccoon. I'm saying if.
I mean, That might be smart from you, actually.
And then they both fail? No, I'm not actually going to do it. But it's just funny because they have to knock each other out, so one of them will fail. No, I'm not doing it. I'm going to do...
For 500, like, you get that pred on Falcons for 500. That's an insane return. Like,
All right.
I'm doing...
I wanna lean a little bit more gameplay oriented here. So, you know...
you're betting odds, man. Come on. This is gameplay related. We're just
well,
talking about.
My goal was for this to for this segment to kind of like transition us into talking about the seeding matches and LCQ, but it hasn't really gone well so far.
I will do 300 Zeta.
Okay. Why is that? Why are you putting 300 on Zeta Division?
Because I still have faith in this team. Flora can play his one trick on Cass. His two trick between Soldier and Cass, but Cass is kind of good right now. Bernard is still the best Orisa in Korea. And I think we're in a heavy Orisa meta. I think this team's got also reasonable good odds. After Falcons, so basically you have onside at 12, which they're not going to make it. Falcons with the best actual realistic odd. And then after that, Zeta have the best odds at 2.8. So I'm going back to back, two teams with really good odds, but who are actually kind of good and could actually do it. And then my last 200, I'm going to go... Hang on, let me look at the bracket one more time, just so I don't screw myself.
Yeah, so Zeta Division would have to beat Onside Gaming, and then they would play T1 for a spot in the grand final, which would mean...
They don't. T1 gets selection. So T1 select the winner of Zeta Onside and the winner of Crazy Raccoon Falcons. And then AGG get left with whoever T1 doesn't...
I didn't pay attention to this.
You're telling me you thought that T1 would play the winner of a Zeta Onside. Look at this guy.
I'm back.
This guy.
I overlooked this when I was making my odds.
There must have been there must have been a disconnect.
Yeah,
that
that
would have been funny.
was
Is if you, the funniest would be if you got back. First of all, I like the double headphone setup. The funny would be,
I haven't taken this off.
The funniest would be if you got back home, sat down, and soldiers came up on your phone instead of using the computer.
I was debating going live from the kitchen, like me putting up the groceries. But then the problem is my dad like came in at the same time, and then he was like freaking the fuck out on the cats because they're all hungry as hell for meat. So it would have just been a mess. It would have been like a total mess. It would have been total. It would have been a total.
Nothing would have changed then.
How was your 10-minute phone call to ZP?
I haven't talked to ZP yet, so that's going to be a whole other thing. I mean, I'm sure we'll talk to him later, so we'll see. Right. But what? Listen. I'm going to tell. I'm sure we're way past this here. I'm putting 150 points on Falcons making top 3. 150 money. 150.
No, we're still talking about Korea, so you're right on timer.
Before we do that, let me just finish up. I'm going to put my last 200 on All Gamers Gaming. And then I've asked
last 200 on AGG. Okay, yeah, that's fair.
All right.
Yeah.
So Aaron's got 500 on Falcons. He thinks Falcons at 6-1. It's really good odds. He's put 300 on Zeta at 2.8 odds, and he's got 200 on AGG as well.
Okay. Oh, none on Crazy Raccoon at all. I guess you're taking their current form, huh?
Well, I can't because it'd be kind of silly because if I'm going for Falcons, then I'm losing money on either Falcons or Crazy Raccoon if I go for both.
Right.
Yes,
my thinking.
That is fair. It's just the value. That's fair. That's fair.
I'd rather just like if I'm going to put it on one, then I'm just going to ignore the other one. Is what I'm going to do.
That's a good point. Okay, well here's what I'm going to do it then. I'm going to go Falcons 150. I'm going to go
850 next.
250 on Zeta. And then
Why is
the
that?
remainder.
Why are you putting 250 on Zeta Division?
Zeta, in my opinion, right now, like I honestly believe if you've seen some of the recent OWCS games for Korea, Zeta with Bernard looks fucking good.
That's what I said. Yeah, too.
Like in this meta, Zeta with Bernard looks really, really good, honestly. Like it's between them and AGG, and honestly, it seems like AGG kind of slowed down a bit, and I feel like their picks. I mean, both these teams are kind of like making weird troll picks sometimes where like Zeta will put Bernard on like some weird shit, or like they'll do and then AGG, they'll put in Jasmine, who honestly, I don't hate Jasmine. I think Jasmine looks pretty solid, but I'd rather just play Milgaru all the time. So yeah, I just like Zeta's form. I like Zeta's form right now, and I think this is a Bernard meta to a degree with like how hard he can carry currently, especially because Bernard looks like potentially the best Orisa in Korea.
In the world.
In the world, really. With the, Heiser maybe was going to make that
pick, but unfortunately about Heiser is that he fell off along with the rest of Poker Face. My Heiser stocks have tanked. So yeah, Zeta 250, and then the last 600, T1. Put it on T1.
T1.
Put it on
He's
T1,
going-
baby.
He's going for the first of all the bet that he has to go for, obligated to, and second of all the most guaranteed bet to go through of all of them.
Put the other 600 on T1, and I think we're good to go. And the reason why, Dong Hack, he's gonna dong all over them. Then Proud, he's gonna pride all over them. Then they're gonna have. then just continue down the list, repeatedly, and you'll see that Sunjin, he's gonna Sunjin all over them, and just keep going down the list.
Sonjin is not on T1.
Oh, but fuck, no, not Sunjin. Sorry, Zest.
Dude, this guy. What
Zest.
is this guy talking about?
Zest is
This guy
gonna
doesn't
zest
know
all
who's
over
on
them.
T1.
Zest is gonna zest all over them during Pride Month. The Zesty Dong Boys during Pride Month are gonna go crazy.
Zesty Dong Boys.
The Zesty Dong Boys are gonna go crazy. Then Vigilante, he's gonna Vigi all over them, and just keep. And then Skewed, he's gonna skew all over them.
They're just gonna all over them. They're all over them.
Solomon, give me a late buy-in where I'm gonna put 500 and Proud playing only Hans in the playoffs.
What do you guys think about
Dude.
Hanzo and Lighthouse?
Oh my God, Swing essentially was like, she came into my chat and she was like, yeah, we just wanted to like see it. And I'm like, during like the like
official?
playoffs, like during the seeding matches, like that's kind of fucking insane, no? But yeah, that's where we're at.
Okay. All right, Solomon. I'm gonna make some adjustments here. I don't like the fact that I've got so much on Falcons and CR here. So I'm gonna go 100 on Falcons as a hedge. I'm gonna change it to 100 here. I'm gonna put 200 on Stella Division. There you go. Oh yeah. And I'll go 400 on T1. Oh, Solomon is cooking here. Solomon is working overtime.
Imagine if you just did 1,000 on T1 and then you just don't lose, but it's just like, yeah, it's just guaranteed money,
Yeah, I mean, I think
Because you
there's
still
some
have to pay
safe
Stella
value
Division, though.
bets. There's still some safe value bets to be found here. There's some safe value bets. I believe in T1, but Falcons, I'll give them a little bit of a chance because they have such insane pedigree and they have the Han Binster on it. They have the Han Binston, which will not be being played hopefully. And then Zeta is a safe bet. I think it could also be pretty safe. I honestly think the least safe bet of them all is Crazy Raccoon, which is insane right now.
Yeah, because you have to beat
Well,
Falcons.
I guess you
and
could say
then-
Onside Gaming might be the least safe bet. Onside Gaming would probably be the worst possible choice of all time. But
Right. Yeah, it's going to be a tough road, I feel like, for Falcons if they are going to qualify. So, maybe that's why I put them 6-1 there. But all right. I don't know if this segment succeeded, but I guess we shared some thoughts on the teams going into the playoffs here.
If I win, the segment succeeded. If I lose, segment failed. That's what it is.
Yeah.
true.
I think
true.
Most of us, we do like Stella Division. We've agreed that we really like the meta for them. We think they're hot right now. We all think Falcons have an outside chance to make the top 3 here. And 3 of us, me, Avast, and Jaws, we put money on T1, even though they're the lowest odds at 1.2. Most likely gonna
safe bet.
Yeah, we think it's a safe bet. We think it's a safe bet. And then
Connor's
AGG,
literally
only
paid
Avast
that much.
put money on AGG at 1.4.
Whoa,
I
there.
did not.
This guy just called me
actually.
Avast.
I
This
didn't.
guy called me
I didn't,
Avast.
though.
Oh,
This guy
sorry,
just called me
bro.
Sonjin, and I'm not even on T1. That's crazy.
Yeah. You know what? It's a little problematic, honestly. It's a little problematic, Johnny, that you would mix up the A names, okay? That's a little problematic. Okay, we're 2 different people.
Okay,
as A
I'm
names.
the first person in the world to have ever mixed up
Exactly.
two names starting with the same
Thank you.
letter. Yeah, my
Same 2 letters.
my bad. All right, Solomon, how much of a headache is it going to be changing to a different region here? Because we can, you're gonna have to get all the logos and stuff too. All right.
Oh,
Okay, well,
so
there you
good
go.
with it.
Solomon's cooking. All right, moving on to North America, making top 3. Again, we'll see if you guys like these odds any better. So for North America, the odds for the audio listeners, I put GK 1.1 times the money at GK, making top 3 here. Only have to win 2 matches to do so. I put Nightmare 1.4 times the money if Nightmare makes top 3. Team Liquid 1.6 times the money. Space Station Gaming 2.2 times the money. and Sakura at 15 times the money, and Extinction at 25 times the money. So
Whoa,
it's a
25.
very, I think
tasty
North
25.
America more so. I think it's like very much like, the top four, all the top four teams are very much have a good chance of making it here. Space Station Gaming, maybe more of an outside chance. Keep in mind they had such a difficult schedule early in the stage. So, we don't know what their form looks like against some of the better teams in the region. But I think these low odds here are reflective of a very competitive region where one of these four teams could miss out, and we wouldn't be too surprised. I think, besides GK, I think they look amazing at 1.1 odds. So, what do you guys think?
Okay, I'm putting it very. I will say I called it last week. I think. Well, actually, I didn't really call it, but I got GK. I feel very confident about GK making it out. I feel extremely confident about that team making it out. So I feel like that's my safe, extremely safe bet of like, you throw a little bit of money in there just to beat inflation. You throw a little bit of money in there just to beat some market inflation.
It's like a bond, a 10-year bond.
That's not beating shit.
Well, I mean, it's better than making 0, or you put it in your Chase bank account and Chase, sorry, Chase, we're not getting the sponsor, and it's like 0%. So, that's better than nothing.
They do give me 0. This is so
that's
sad.
better than nothing. So I feel like GK is a very solid pick. And then after that, if I were to take the outside shot of like try to just like, I am gonna put $100 on Sakura.
For the 15
That's 15 times the
return,
money.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's honestly kind of smart. Like a 15x.
I think because also I think they are by far the most, compared to like Extinction, they are far more likely to potentially.
they are the most competitive
make
out of
it
those two,
Yeah.
for sure.
So for that to happen, they would have to beat 2 of the top 4 teams, obviously. So they'd have to be, because they have to win, 3 matches in the lower bracket? 1, 2,
Yes.
3. Yeah, to be.
They have to win 3.
Yeah, to be 3 matches in the lower bracket, and beat out 2 other teams, obviously in the top 4 here. So you're putting $100 on Sakura, realistically beating like Liquid, SSG, Nightmare.
Yeah.
All right. It is an outside shot. That's why the odds are high. So
Yep.
you can put a flyer out there. I don't think that's going to happen. I think Sakura and Extinction. I mean, very good return, but I just don't see it happening. GK, they played Nightmare. Me and Joss, we casted the game. Any lessons learned from that? I mean, it was a very close match.
A good game.
Do you think it's more of like hey, Nightmare, they looked really good, went to map 5 against GK, or do you think it's more like maybe GK disappointing a little bit going to map 5?
Like 1.2.
Sorry, what was that?
What are the odds?
1.1 for GK and 1.4 for Nightmare.
If I'm a betting man, I'm not putting anything on GK. Like, no joke, because they're gonna win, but you're getting so little. Like, they're going to make the playoffs, like 100%. Oh, not playoffs, sorry. They're going to make the tournament.
Top 3.
100%. Like the top 3. Sorry, yeah. That
You're
is
that
a
confident?
no-brainer. Yeah, 100%. What, are you not? Like, you must be on some sort of fucking meth. If you're
No, I mean,
I
I just wanted to see if he
You just want to rock the boat a little bit. Okay.
wanted to rock the boat there.
Yeah, I think if you're, I think it's Nightmare, Liquid, and then Space Station, and I think most of my money is going Liquid, and then Nightmare. I'm just gonna do the 4-4-2 again.
Okay.
Yeah, 4.
Why do you feel
hate
good about
Geekay?
Liquid?
Why do you hate Geekay as well?
I don't hate Geekay. I'm just spreading my bets around because I know Geekay are gonna win, but the return is so terrible.
Right.
I see. So you're not even bothering to try to get some easy money. You're trying to
No, because like
go
what?
for
I
the
put
better
1,000
bets.
on Geekay and I get 1,100 back. Like yippee, bro. Like okay, great. But then
Also, he
if I
puts out here, meanwhile, betting 400 on T1 with ass odds.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, that is.
Yeah,
that is
buddy.
very true.
Yeah, have
It
you
was
thought about that? But
1.2 for
also,
T1, right?
yeah, the
Yeah,
odds
maybe
are
that's not
better.
bad.
The team is better. Their branding's better. They're just overall
He's
like
paid.
they're
He's
just
literally
better.
paid.
They're
But-
just better across the board. So I mean, I can respect that bet personally. In fact, mods beat them.
It's- What? Get that job.
Why do you feel good about Liquid here? Obviously, they've had a bit of an up and down stage. They lost to Nightmare. They lost to GK.
It has been a bit weird. I don't know. I feel like Liquid has got more of a clutch out factor than like a Space Station. I'd put like a low on Space Station. I'm like doing a 4-4-2 here, Liquid, Nightmare, and then yeah, exactly like this. Liquid 400, Nightmare 400, Space Station 200. I think Nightmare, they're just that match against Geek8 was insane. Like one of the most fun matches we've had in NA, if not the most fun match. Being so competitive. And then
I do love that
returns
it
are
was a
pretty
Lifeweaver
decent.
match too. I love that we're
Yeah,
seeing the
it's-
Lifeweaver, like
it's really sick.
especially with like I don't know if you guys saw in Korea, because I didn't get a chance to catch them live in North America, but like how they made like fucking Old Ocean playing Lifeweaver forced like Falcons to ban Lifeweaver. They banned Lifeweaver.
Wait a sec, I've changed my mind. Fuck Space Station, bro. Give me Geek8 for 200.
Oh.
Now he's on. Now
I
he's
see.
in.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm
All
just
right.
like, wait. It actually makes way more sense to do this. Like, even with the 1.1, at least you're like Connor said, you're investing, like safe investment kind of
Yep.
deal. Yeah, I'm more on the safe investment train now. Actually,
You're
changed my
buying
mind.
T-bonds. You're buying T-bonds. Okay,
yeah,
these
I'm
are
buying
safe
treasury
government
bonds.
bonds. They're going to be
Yeah.
returning,
Quote, unquote,
returning
safe.
some safe. They'll be very safe. They could not be.
I mean,
safer.
this is
if
safe.
DK will lose
1.1
here,
on
then
DK, like they're going
Yeah.
they're gonna make playoffs, bro. And then
if
Nightmare
they
for
don't make
sure.
playoffs, then I'll just punch a hole through my TV. That's fine.
Yeah.
In front of my family.
So I'll just share my thesis here. So I know GK Nightmare. They went map 5, but throughout that series, I feel like GK made a few too many mistakes. I think GK, looking back at that series, could have played that series cleaner. And I actually think it was good for Nightmare that they got a couple of maps, because I think that could have been a 3-1 or even a 3-0 towards GK. I really think that GK have much more in the tank there. I think they felt slipped up a little bit when it came to the compositions. You know, Circuit Real, Runa Sapi, they had a big lead if I remember correctly, and then they kind of like gave it up in the very end. I think that was the case. And so I feel like GK kind of slipped up actually. So I don't feel as good about Nightmare at 1.4 odds. I'm actually not going to put any money on Nightmare here. They've had a thrilling stage. Chronic has been amazing on the Freya, of course. But I'm a little bit worried that Liquid and SSG have actually caught up, and that this meta shift has actually benefited them very well. I love the compositions that SSG are playing recently. They've rotated in Squid more. They're playing less Dive, obviously. And Seeker plays a little bit less Freya. I actually think that SSG is a real opponent to be reckoned with going into the regional playoffs here. And I think they could definitely make the top 3. I think the same for Liquid. I think they've looked way better with RuPaul and Vega playing more like Baprig and stuff like that. And I think both of those teams are in a good place going into the regional playoffs. So I'm going to put, because I think GK, they're always going to make it. So I'm going to put 500 on GK here. You know, they're the favorite by far. I like investing in bonds. It's immediately looking better than my investing portfolio. But then also, I think that Liquid...
You buy an NFT one time?
Oh, wait, we're getting them now. We're getting them now.
Hey, I got big returns on that, so you can't even talk shit in this scenario.
Did you
okay,
actually?
that's
Wait,
fair.
actually,
Yeah, I did actually.
Straight up
actually, yeah.
sidebar. Did you actually get big returns on that shit? That bird?
Yeah, it was worth you slandering me on the podcast a few times, actually.
Really?
Who did
Yeah,
you-
it was.
Honestly, unreal respect.
Whoa,
Who
who did you sell to?
took that? Who bought those bags? Who bought those
sell to
bags?
Uber?
Some fucking idiot. someone who's dumber than me.
Okay,
But that's
unreal
besides
respect.
the point. That's besides the point. So
Unreal respect.
Jaws keeps bringing this up. He keeps slandering me, but
That's good. That's good. That's good shit.
it sits
I
fine
didn't
with
know
me.
you
It's
played
not the worst
like
thing in the
that.
world. Anyway,
Wait, legend. Okay.
paid for the Dyson fan. Anyway, never mind.
That's so good.
Yeah.
I'm kidding.
So you get a Dyson fan.
So I got 500 on GK. And I think that Liquid actually, I think, are the team that are going to punch up come the regional playoffs. So I'm putting 500 on Liquid actually. And that's going to be my 2 bets here in North America. I think that Liquid, I think they got a really good chance of making the top 3 here. I think they got a great chance against Nightmare in the very first matchup. And even if they have to run the lower bracket, I still feel good about them. So I got 500 on GK as my safe bet, and I got 500 on Liquid because I think at 1.6, there's a great chance they'll make the top 3, and I feel really good about them.
Okay, I can respect those. I mean, I think that's a very very respectable bunch. In that, especially if you're not going to invest like anything He's Sano dueling. He's Sano dueling.
Avast, or
I
AVRL
just
is
want to
just.
have a drink. What are
AVRL
we
is just.
talking about? Get your
I'm
cans
just-
out. Get your 20 cans out. Show me what you got.
I have one can on my desk right now. I got a single
This
can.
guy.
That's it.
There'll
Now
be
I do
more
have my
on
can
there.
guy.
Southwest Airlines.
Southwest Airlines. There you go.
publications.
Yeah.
South-
Your
water
Sam's
bottle.
Cola out, whatever it's
Kinda
called.
cool.
Sam's
That's
Cola.
not for me. That's not for me.
Oh, okay.
I can't drink that. That's not for me. Okay.
All right. Avast, AVRL, what were you thinking there?
I'm gonna go last, so everyone
What
can
the
see what
fuck?
my
So we're not going
psychotic
to comment
bet
on
is.
Johnny's small cup?
We've commented on
come
this
on.
before.
We've done it
We'll
already?
find out.
Okay, all right.
We've
move on.
commented on this before. To be fair, we
Okay.
have talked about it, so I think we'll
Let him slide for
just
now.
we'll let him
Go on,
slide.
Avril,
We'll
sorry.
let him slide for right now. I mean, I don't think there's anything I can really hate on those, honestly, because I think I'm definitely gonna take Geek. I'm definitely gonna put a value bet on Sakura, and personally, even though he slandered Nightmare, it's tough.
I mean, at 1.4 odds, at the second highest odds, because they deserved 1.4 odds. They've had an amazing
Yeah, at
stage. I just,
1.4,
from
yeah.
an investing standpoint, I just didn't love it.
Okay, give me. Okay, so here's what I'll go with 100 Sakura. I'll do 200 Geek. I'm not putting Nightmare though. I think Johnny has convinced me. He's giving me he's giving me a market analysis. And the reason why is,
That's my
is
report.
because of it's just the odds aren't that good. The odds aren't very good. I think Liquid are gonna make it. I think Liquid will make it. And so I'd rather just put the rest of my money in North America on Liquid.
Oh my goodness
700.
gracious.
Ah,
700 on
okay.
Liquid.
So it's like my portfolio, but you've added in some blue, not blue chippers. You added in some.
I added in
some penny stocks.
very
in it.
va-
penny stocks, yeah.
Yeah,
you got
I've added
100
penny
on penny stock. Hey,
100
I got
on
this
penny stock,
great
and we're gonna
investment.
make it up there.
Clear on the Diva is doing amazing things right now. This team is on the come up. They're gonna do great things. Keep your eyes on Sakura. Are you sold?
Yeah, I'm feeling good about that. Because Geek is like, I just want to make a little bit of money back, secure it in some bonds, you know. Sakura's like, let's throw it away, see what happens. And then the Liquid, like, that's my like safe bet. Like that's gonna pay for my house.
You know what? 1,000 extinction is gonna pay for my yacht.
No,
Dude,
it's
I'm
that
not
would
super
go
yacht.
crazy.
On my Russian oligarch super yacht.
it's just not.
2,000
it's not gonna
feet,
happen.
2,000 foot super yacht. That's what we're talking about, baby.
You know the biggest joke, actually? If that bet came true, you'd probably win the whole game just off that bet. Like throughout all the regions, because it's 25x. I think that's so fun.
What I'm actually gonna do.
This is actually amazing because it's like, yo, what if you put $100 on zero at the roulette wheel? You will win so
Yeah.
much money if you just put it on zero and you hit it. That would be crazy, dude.
You never know.
Extinction just isn't like. I just don't think it's safe.
You just
I
don't have
Put
it.
$1 in extinction.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. That would be funny. Imagine
Dude,
putting
you would win
$1.
$25. I wouldn't even allow that bet because it would be so redundant.
It's too low.
If you put 50, if you could put 50 on extinction if you want.
No, okay, I'm not putting any. Here's my psychotic bet. This is my 100% psychotic bet. It is going to be 1,000. I'm going to put 1,000 on a single team.
Oh shit! Oh boy!
happening.
Drum roll! Drum roll!
Okay.
It's a toss up between Space Station or Liquid. And here's the thing. Oh man, Space Station's odds are better. But I feel like
You
I
could
feel
go
like you guys-
500 each.
I feel like no, because I think they're going to meet in the lower bracket and they will eliminate each other. That's what I think is going to happen.
Right.
So I think one of them will miss out on top 3, but I just don't know which one's going to be. So one of these teams is not making top 3, in my honest opinion. So I don't want to go both. This would be like me going for Falcons and Crazy Recruit at the same time when I know they're going to eliminate each other. That's my position. So you guys, Space Station's odds are so good, but you guys have convinced me that Liquid might be the better team.
I think they're current.
So-
I think in this meta right now, they're the better team still. I think
Zera
they're
is
the better team.
clutchy too. Like,
All
I
right.
don't know.
1,000 on Liquid. Put it all on the white horse. I'm putting 1,000 on the white horse with the
Wow.
small jockey on it because it's going to go fastest on that field, on that ring. What do they race on? A big circle
track?
thing. The track.
Track.
Track,
Yeah,
the race track.
The track. Yes,
Putting
that's
1,000
right.
on the white horse.
Wow. This
Get it in
is
there.
Liquid
Shadow
is
Facts.
immediately the
So you know-
team we bet the most on.
Yeah.
So, you know, here's why. Because
Lot of
Sakura and
volume.
Extinction are not going to do it. Nightmare and GK. GK's odds just not good enough. Nightmare are very likely to make it, but I think if I just play a little bit riskier and play for the extra 0.2, I can get a bigger return. The Space Station 2.2 is really nice, but because I think they play each other, and you guys are very convincing about where Liquid's position is, if it wasn't for the fact that I think Liquid and Space Station literally have to eliminate each other, actually, I don't know. I think if Nightmare and Space Station play, maybe Nightmare choke a little, Space Station just take it. 2.2 is very tempting though. Oh my, I wanted to go for that maybe just on the odds alone, but then I wouldn't feel confident about going, or maybe...
I feel like I've done a good job with the odds here because you guys are seriously torn. You're like tempted by the 2.2.
The odds are good. The odds are quite good, honestly. I'm impressed by this making us debate.
I'm gonna win 600 on Liquid alone. That's what's gonna happen. I'm confident. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this. All in on the white horse.
Yeah, it does sound uninspiring when I'm like, oh, my 500 bet would earn me 550 putting it on GK. That does sound pretty uninspiring. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't wait to be disappointed by Liquid again, guys. Can't wait.
There you go. All right, so to run through the region for our audio listeners, AVRL put 1,000 on Liquid to make it at what was it, 1.6 odds. Avast put 700 on Liquid at 1.6 odds, 200 on GK, and 100 on Sakura at 15 to 1. I put 500 on GK, 500 on Liquid, and Jaws put 400 on Liquid, 400 on Nightmare, and 200 on GK. So Jaws, the lone Nightmare.
I want Connor to explain to me who Sakura beats for that 100 for Sakura. Who's Sakura beating for this?
I am essentially basing it off of like, here's essentially what's happening. If we go through the bracket, right? If you go actually look at the bracket and where they're starting, so they're gonna be playing like, I think, are they playing the loser of GK Space Station?
Yeah.
So what I think happens here is that Space Station loses to GK. Space Station goes to lower bracket. They have an epic 5-map battle, and it requires essentially similar things to where they had other close matches, where Space Station just beef out of control and Sakura go fucking insano mode. And especially because, like, I don't know, Space Station are still in certain ways they're still figuring out like what their like rotations are for certain heroes in this meta. Like, it still hasn't felt like they've been insanely comfortable compared to some of the teams, even though their schedule's been pretty hard. So I think Sakura just balls out of control, clear. Unlike his last match versus Liquid, he stays alive like for perhaps more than 30 seconds at a time. And they like actually have a pretty good match. I think it's more of a Space Station beef. I think essentially my 100 points here is entirely off everyone else beefing. So Sakura wins. Extinction will lose to whoever loses against Nightmare Team Liquid is probably going to be Nightmare. So they lose against Nightmare. Nightmare advances. Then they need to win one match to make it. They have to beat Nightmare. God himself enters the match.
Well, they have to win 2 more.
Oh, is it 2 more?
Yeah, they have to win 2 more.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
They have to
You're right.
Nightmare team. They have to beat first SSG, like you're saying, and then Nightmare Team Liquid, and then the loser of the Open Bracket final.
Oh, fuck. Well,
no.
Okay.
No, actually, no. They just have to win 2.
No, I thought it was just. Yeah, I was about to say, because if they make the lower bracket final, it's top. Yeah.
If they make the lower bracket final, then they made it.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you did. Because like grand final is the winner of upper bracket plus like the winner of that, and then like one person lower bracket. Yeah, top 3.
My bad.
So okay, so I've been gaslit, but that's fine. So resuming my explanation, then God himself enters the mice and keyboards of all the Sakura players, and then Zira decides he'd rather be a TikTok e-boy thirst trap and retires, and then Sakura wins.
Damn, that's crazy.
Wow, that's a good story.
Really, like I said, I don't actually have. There's no real justification for this. It's simply just an insane value bet. So, because they've had some close matches against okay teams in the past, like pretty decent teams in the past. You know, they've had some like. There's moments of brilliance. It's mostly just if they manage to do it, it's a insane return, and it's not a huge loss for me.
I like it. Solomon, I'd like to make a small change just quickly here, if possible. I'd like to do GK 400, and I'll add in SSG 100. You just quickly. I'm sorry. Okay, maybe it's done already.
Well, you've ruined it, but yeah, okay.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is final. This is final because we can't let someone do this again. I apologize. My bad. All right, there we go. I had to include. Someone had to bet something on SSG. I had to include it.
Solomon, give me $1 on SSG, please.
I like SSG. Oh my God! No, this is.
Keep it.
There's a minimum bet. You can't. No. There's no way. Okay, there we go.
The minimum bet.
We should have included Solomon's. I don't know if Solomon wants to participate there. We should have included Solomon's. You let me know after, Solomon. You can enter your bets later if you want.
These holy odds for EMEA. God damn.
All right. Yeah. We got some spicy EMEA stuff. So for EMEA, I've cooked up. We got Alcadzia at 1.1. They've obviously had an amazing stage so far. Twisted Minds, 1.3. Also really strong team. Virtus Pro, 1.6. The Ultimates, 4.25. Gen G, 14-1. And Peps, 30-1.
From your fucking ass, bro.
What?
4.25. I mean,
yeah.
Okay, sure.
I mean, I think that's fair. I think that's fair.
Sounded good. I don't know.
Okay, that's cool.
Does it scream value to you? Are you enticed?
Hell no.
I will say it's a little. I find it kind of insane that for teams that essentially have the same exact record that you're gonna put ultimates like at. Well, I guess to be fair, like at only a third of the chance of Gen G. But I think that's fine considering the schedule and results and stuff.
Are you enticed by the 4.25 Avast?
I'm enticed by the fucking 14, if I'm going to be honest.
Oh, Gen G, 14-1. Whoa. What are you thinking? What's going through your brain right now?
I mean, realistically.
How do you feel about Gen G?
I mean, I don't feel good about Gen G. This team's a fucking mess. I don't feel good about, I don't feel good about them. I think the safest bet, I'll tell you my safest bet. My safe bet, Twisted Minds gets the majority of my, I think Twisted Minds is going to get the majority of my investment. No lie. I'm going to do get it twisted. Do get your mind twisted. We will be twisting your mind. And I cast mind tension, mind testicular torsion. And I do think that this is going to be like, I'm going to be putting 500 on Twisted Minds.
500 on Twisted Minds at 1.3 times return.
Yeah. 500 Twisted Minds now for yet another value bet. Now for the value bet of the century, perhaps.
He's doing a Peps bet. There's no way.
No.
Oh, wow.
250 on Gen G.
Oh,
250 on Gen G at 14-1. Wow.
This is
the Sakura logic coming. The Sakura narrative.
No, this is way more doable than Sakura. Sakura essentially has no chance. Gen G theoretically could win games. They could win games. Like the roster is not like they have experience. There's moments of brilliance. When they don't put Mag on like absolute bullshit. Like there is a chance. There is a real chance.
Let me run through just to inform the audience here. Gen G against the top 4 so far this stage. In week 1 they went 0-3 against the Ultimates. In week 2 they went 0-3 against VP. In week 4 they went 0-3 against TM, and in week 6 they went 0-3 against Alcadzia.
Yeah, and here's the thing. I think they're just gonna play. Here's why I think Gen G makes a lot of sense. I think Ultimates loses to Kadzia. Then Gen G beats Ultimates, and then they get to go forward. Like I think that's a pretty safe.
And they have to beat either Twisted Minds or VP.
And then they'll beat VP.
That's so stupid.
And then they'll beat VP.
Oh my God.
And they'll make it in.
How?
EMEA moment. I mean, Virtus Pro.
What do you mean EMEA moment?
I mean, if Virtus Pro struggled a little bit on the meta, they haven't looked as strong in this meta as they looked in the previous meta, in my opinion. I think Gen G. Now that they realize, if they check Krusty into the rehab center, if they remove all crack cocaine from his possession, and they keep Mag on tanks that make sense for them, I truly believe this team could beat a Virtus Pro and an
You
Ultimate.
cannot check someone that quickly into the rehab, bro. Playoffs are
I think they could. I think they can do it. I truly believe because Virtus Pro has looked. It would be a Map 5 gigabanger, I think. I think it'd be a Map 5 gigabanger, which would favor Virtus Pro, to be fair, because I think their map pool is better. But I do think that this is a shot with the meta change. Virtus Pro don't look as good because I think because like their first. I also wouldn't go for this bet if they were in Pep's position. I wouldn't go for it because I don't think they're gonna beat for them in the lower bracket. But if they have to play Ultimates first, I think they can beat Ultimates. I think it's very possible for them to beat.
I
Ultimates.
actually don't think he's too far gone with that, honestly. Like beating Ultimates at this point, it's like roll a d20. Okay, we beat him. You know, like I can actually see that happening. I think that. But then them winning another game, I don't know about that.
I think they could do it because Virtus Pro's meta read hasn't been amazing, and Gen G, when Mag plays stuff that makes sense, the team looks a lot better, like a lot better. So I truly believe this is possible. I will say, you know, there's some other problems, and also, who are you? Who are you when they've been playing him on like stuff like Tracer and shit? He's looked really good. So I just think that like this team has it. It has the potential to beat whatever team goes to the lower bracket like semifinal before that. I think they could do it 100%. Whatever team it may be, whether it be Virtus Pro, I will say if it's probably essentially I'm saying they could beat Virtus Pro. I don't think they'll beat Alcancia or a Twisted Minds. I think they could beat Virtus Pro if they play well and they don't fuck up their roles. And it'd be like a very close match. I think it'd be possible. So that's why I'm going for the Gen G value bet. And my remaining 250, just to balance out the odds, I'm going Virtus Pro.
So that means you put 500 on Twisted Minds, 250 on Gen G at 14-1, and 250 on Virtus Pro at 1.6 odds here. Yeah. I'm just going to go full AVRL here, actually.
Ooh.
I'm putting $1,000
on Peps.
1,000. I'm not putting 1,000 on Peps at 30-1. Although that would essentially secure the win. Like I would I would have 30 grand.
Can I just get this right? You have Peps at better odds than Extinction. So
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't compare the bottom teams in the region.
Are you saying that you might think Extinction have a better chance than Peps, or?
I honestly didn't compare side to side. I just like, this is a long shot. Let's put some big number here. That was my advanced. That was my analytics department. I'm going to put 1,000 on Virtus Pro.
Oh, that was going to be my thing.
1,000. No. That's risky.
So we probably have the same rationale here, Jaws. I don't think the top 3 is going to change up in this region. I think Alcancia are the best team.
Yes.
Twisted Minds, you know, they look so impressive as well. I think they're great. But I don't think that the Ultimates or Gen G or any other team has a shot at making top 3. So I essentially get the best odds possible for the top 3 remaining the same.
That is exactly my rationale too, because that top 3 is so set in stone. It would be a miracle if Ultimates or Gen G made it, I think. Yeah. That was pretty much my bet too. It was 1,000 on BP.
Imagine Johnny right now is Nancy Pelosi, and I'm copying your stock portfolio. So
That's me, bro.
How badly do I want to go Ultimates here? That's the real question. Is how badly do I think the Ultimates could get in there? And it's not looking good. I think the 0-3 loss to VP kind of seals the deal on Ultimates' ability to kind of make it here, I think. If it wasn't for that...
Because even if they beat Gen G, they have to then beat Ultimates. VP.
Yes. Which is why I don't think the Ultimates makes, because like I think if they were in a I just think their side of the bracket is so tough.
Look at that fucking score line, bro. 1 point on circuit. 1.
Yeah. It's also tough because they're essentially guaranteed to go to lower bracket because they start against Cadsia, you know? Like maybe if they start on like versus a different team, there's a chance they could like get some upper bracket, like a little bit of extra time in the upper bracket, but like they're cooked essentially because they immediately go to, I think they just immediately go to limbs. So
would it be boring if 3 of us had the same bet though?
No, I mean
if that's what you believe.
We have very different bets otherwise. So
if we burn out, if we bomb out, bro, then
I'm the only one that wins here. If you guys all go the same bit, so
that's not even true.
That is so true. If you all have the same bit and Virtus Pro beefs it, I win.
Oh, if they beef it, yeah.
If Virtus Pro wins, then yeah, you know, like you guys are probably coming out pretty decently on that one. But I believe they won't.
1.6K.
I have belief that Twisted Minds will be doing it.
Yeah, so we would all make
this is what I'm gonna do.
Okay.
Changing. Okay.
Give me me 700 VP, 300 TM.
That's safe. That's safe.
I
That's
mean,
safe.
that's a little safer. Okay.
That's
I
safe.
thought
You guys
were
are gonna
say
be really pissed
ultimates,
when
I'm
Gingy
gonna be
gets it.
honest.
When GG makes that, you guys are gonna be pissed.
When
but-
Genji gets it.
Yeah, when GG gets it, you guys are gonna lose your mind.
Dude,
but
the slop has already made it to the main fucking vein in his brain, bro.
it's crossed the blood slot barrier.
Oh wow! All right. So AVRL is right, I suppose, here now, or it might have been Avast who said it. That everything kind of hinges on this Virtus Pro bet now.
Yeah.
Because if Virtus Pro qualify, then Avast is going to be set back quite a bit here. I don't know how much. You have to run the numbers.
It would not be good.
And also already the fact that you'd probably lose 100 on Sakura and 250 on Genji. That'd be tough for Avast here. So Avast betting
I'm
against
making money
VP
moves.
here. Can't have VP making top 3.
I'm making money moves here. Well,
By
I
the way-
think if my other bets pay out, then even if I lose in Europe, I think I'm still okay. If my other bets pay out. If Sakura wins, we're golden.
Well, you don't have a huge multiplier because you put 600 T1 as well. So like, where would you make up that EMEA loss? You know, that would
Zeta.
be.
I think Zeta would be pretty, or Falcons.
But
Falcons
me
is
and
pretty decent.
Avril, we have money on Stella Division 2, yeah. So
Falcons, I have a better multiplier, but I guess to be fair, everyone's in Falcons as well. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's kind of a lot of this is hinging on Virtus Pro. You're right. Virtus Pro, I'm not betting against you, but I'm not betting for you. But I am also betting against you.
okay,
So
so
keep that in mind.
Virtus Pro is the most betted on team here at 2,950. And then
Yeah.
it's Liquid at 2,500, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, quick math.
Then I think it's T1 after that at 1,400.
All right, quick math. I trust you on this. I'm not going to run the numbers myself. The win condition for Avast is Virtus Pro doesn't make top 3 at EMEA. The win condition for Avril is Falcons qualify with 6-1 odds, I believe it was, over in Korea. For Jaws, I guess both me and Jaws, we're pretty well-balanced portfolios over here. I guess Jaws is the only person who bet on Nightmare, but, you know, there's not great odds. So I guess that's relatively safe. Jaws going relatively safe here, I feel like. We all have a little on Crazy Raccoon, me and Jaws here. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to come down to the wire here.
Actually, to be fair, it's not totally on Virtus Pro for me, right? Because technically, let's say somehow in some, is it? I'm looking at the bracket. Is it possible for Virtus Pro? Is it possible for Virtus Pro to qualify? Like, let's say Virtus Pro could qualify and Genji could qualify, and I'd come out ahead. Because if Virtus Pro beats Twisted Minds, goes to upper bracket final, then Genji.
Oh my god, he's looking.
Oh no, sorry, no. If Ultimates, I should say, yeah. If Virtus Pro beats Twisted Minds, goes to bracket final, Kazuya beats Ultimates, Genji beats Ultimates, then they move forward, and then Virtus Pro beats Twisted Minds, and I think it's like technically, all they have to do is beat Twisted. Sorry, all they have to do is beat. Yeah, or they beat the winner of Pep's Twisted Mind versus Pro, so they have to beat Twisted Minds. So technically, both of them could qualify in my scenario and come out ahead. If both Virtus Pro and GG.
You are. I mean this in a good way. You are so great at like defending your decisions, because now I'm completely bought into this story you've laid out. The scenario.
It's possible. It's
You've conjured
very
up.
possible. I think
Yeah.
because EMEA by far out of all the regions, I say, well, besides Korea, I should say, I think EMEA has some of the greatest parity right now. Like North America, it's like all top heavy. Like there's like no chance. There's essentially no chance for any bottom team to make it out.
Well, there's
Korea,
4 good teams in a 3 position kind of race.
Yeah, exactly. But like their top 4 are essentially like there's essentially no shot minus like God himself coming into the peripherals of Sakura, you know? Korea, pretty even across the board, but there's some very clear winners. And then EMEA, like Genji and Virtus Pro, and Ultimates, and even potentially Peps, but probably not Peps. Like all those guys have a chance of like bombing out or winning, you know, in my mind's eye. Though I do think Twisted Minds and Kazuya are obviously pretty heavily favorited. So
All right.
I think EMEA
I'll tell
has a
you-
chance.
I'll tell you what I didn't do. I did not bother putting a bet onto any of the number 1 favorites. So I didn't do it on like a T1 or an Alcocia or a GK, because I'm like, odds are too low and they're guaranteed anyway. I gotta play a little heavier for the odds. So trying to like
This guy does
Bring
not
it
play
home.
safe. A little bit more volatile. All right. I'm going to ask you guys. You guys, let me know here. Do you want a small little wild card bet? $200. You can put it on any team you want across any of the regions. Do you want an extra little wild card? Do you want an extra wild card, or should we just skip
free
it?
money.
Should we
Yeah, I've
not do
never
it?
turned down free money. I've never turned
Does it
down
have to
free
be a
money.
different team for a different team than what we have so far, or?
No, it could be
Yeah.
on literally any team. Wild card. Wild card. You can put $200 on any team in the region. That's like a wild card bet.
Any team.
What are the odds again for Korea? This is important.
The odds for Korea are.
Can we just bring up all the odds for every region? We only got 3 odds. Can we just bring them all
Maybe you
at the
can
bottom?
slot them in at the bottom of the picture here, Solomon. Just
Yeah.
like, because that would be good as well for the final screenshot here. Once
Yeah,
we're
I
all
think this
done
will
here.
be important to just see every odds, so I can take a look here.
Then yeah, we only have an. So Korea, like you asked, Korea is T1 1.2, AGG 1.4, Crystal Raccoon 2.2, Cellar Division 2.8, Falcon 6, Onside Gaming 12. AVRL, does that you got any?
Essentially, like the best bets for me
Avril is
mathematically. The best option for me mathematically is either to go for Falcons or to put more on Gen.G. Mathematically,
Guys,
those
this
are
guy
the two
really
best
wants that
options.
Gen G to work out.
Those are the
Dude,
Those are the two best options for me. Are either because that's it. Mathematically, essentially, to hedge my bets is either I go more into the Gen G camp, guarantee a total
Yeah.
victory if it does occur.
Did your
or
200
I
come
put it
from
into
Krusty
Falcons.
himself, or what?
Because even if I put 200 more on Falcons, if like Gen G loses, I don't think it necessarily saves me necessarily.
Okay.
It might save me, but I don't know if it does. Because like let's compare. I'm doing some calculations here. I'm checking my quant. I'm checking my quant. 1 second here. My quant. I'm checking my quant here.
You what?
What's that? He's from Yale. He's from Yale. 1 second here.
He's chat GPTing, bro. Like he's chat GPT. I think.
What is that?
Oh my god.
What is this?
What
Holy
in
Solomon.
that? What is this
Spreadsheet-
cook?
Spreadsheet gaming.
What is this? Okay, so we got max potential. Okay, this is too much math. This is too much math.
Look at that 3500 Gen G. Holy.
Oh,
Damn.
Avast-
Yeah, the 3500 for Gen G
whoa,
goes
long shot
crazy
bets.
there.
Whoa.
It's a very big long shot bet.
Huge
or I guess
parlays.
I guess
Whoa.
theoretically I could also put more money into VP, but the problem is that doesn't change my outlook that much because of Gen G. I don't think that outweighs the money I would lose. So it's either Falcons or Gen G. It's the only option. You guys should go first, as I think. My quant says he's gonna crunch some numbers.
I hate this
He
guy.
says he's crunching numbers, so you guys should go first.
I think I'm gonna double down on Crazy Raccoon. I think, and an extra 200 to make it 6. Yeah, I think it's got decent odds at 2.2, and I think Crazy Raccoon they have been sandbagging, bro. They've been bagging. They've been sandbagging.
You've been bagging.
They've been bagging,
Rise in the
but
bag.
not like
Okay.
a violent moment. You know, like I think this is. It was either that or like double down on VP. I think, but. I don't know. 1.6, 2.2. Yeah, give me the Crazy Raccoon extra 200. Yeah.
I'll put an extra 200 on Liquid. Actually, I will. I feel like the VP thing is kind of determined. Don't think it's going to change much, but I think an extra 200 on Liquid that'll serve me well.
Because I didn't put the 1000 on VP, I'll put the 200 on VP. Make up for the difference.
Oh, okay.
To get
Okay,
myself
okay.
closer to everyone else's 1000 on VP.
Okay. All right.
And what's the quant saying, Connor?
1 second, money's calling.
Dude, this guy is he's
Money's
what
calling.
is this guy?
Money's calling.
Money's-
What's that?
He's asking
Yeah.
ZP. He's consulting
Go ahead.
ZP.
Get out of your Equinox. Get out of your Equinox class. What's that? Yeah. You just got the sauna. Okay, that's what you're hearing. You're hearing that from the streets, the Wall Streets. Perfect. I'll take this to the crew. Put me 200 on Gen G.
That's so stupid.
Put me
It's,
$200.
it's coming from the streets. It's coming from the streets. Dude, your quant is on the streets, bro. That guy is homeless, bro. Like, look at this fucking bet. That is
You wouldn't
insane.
understand. You wouldn't understand. You wouldn't understand
That
the
is
models he's working
crazy.
with.
You
We're
are
working with it.
fucking
We're
insane.
working with.
This is actually
We're
crack.
working with a whole new AI branch. Okay, it's not deep.
And
We're
a whole
working with
new
deep.
AI
We're working with
branch.
deep throat
My guy
AI.
got
We're
it
working
off
with deep
fucking
throat AI
GitHub.
here. Okay.
GitHub, 1 star,
Deep
1
throat AI.
fork. Dude, this guy is so stupid. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen.
The next time you go to the Walmart in Texas, you're gonna see this guy on his knees, after Huayu throws a pulse bomb on the floor again.
He's going to
He's
be out the
practicing.
back of Walmart on his fucking knees
Oh
because
my
he's going to
God.
need to make out the
He's
fucking money he
practicing.
lost.
You
bro.
don't understand that he's practicing the maneuver. He knows that eventually one day the landmine pulse bomb is going to work out. Landmine pulse bomb is going to work out. Someone's going to
gonna-
cross over that and they're going to look so dumb.
I'm gonna pay Mag to only play Diva.
Not if my quant pays him to not play Diva. None of my quant.
We're all immediately just paying people to throw.
Four guys all pay back.
This has gone into a completely wrong direction.
Wait, where's Sean Guess?
We're just
Sean
match
Guess?
fixing.
Yeah,
oh
Sean
my
Guess.
god.
We
We're
just
Playmoney.
imagine. Wait, great bid idea. Player that get professional sports player that gets paid by 4 different parties to do like 4 different results. He doesn't know who to pick.
Oh my god. All right. What do we I think we're about to finish here. So this segment it was really funny. I love this, guys. At the same time, I don't think it achieved what I thought it would, in that we would discuss the teams more, talk about the gameplay, the matches.
Dude, we were just betting.
We were just
gambling.
betting. So you can blame me because, you know, as the host of the show, I thought this would be an amazing game to just bring conversation about the tournaments that are taking place, the playoffs, the brackets. I had a lot of fun making these, but I don't think for the people who just wanted us to show gameplay and talk about the gameplay and bring some analysis, I don't think it achieved its purpose. So I do apologize.
You want to show gameplay? Bring up the rack attack clip with who are you landing that fucking pulse? Let me find it.
Oh,
Solomon.
wait, is this good? This is good.
Holy shit!
Rack fall onto his knees.
Here we go. I found it for you, Solomon.
Oh my goodness.
Biggest Tiger Nation fan falls to his knees in his house.
That's Rack Attack, qualified for
He
Midseason
did. Yeah,
championship, by the
he
way.
did.
he did.
Yeah.
He's going to mid-season.
They
Look
beat
at this guy.
Divine 99 4-2.
The audio on this goes crazy. The audio listeners.
Fight, but I mean, can see it's undeniable right now. Genji.
Bro, what do you mean undeniable? We already have a second window. We have every.
Maybe one.
Look at him. Look at him.
Oh my
That's
god.
tough. But the difference is, now, who are you when he has the pulse bomb next time and is going for a flank? He will know not to do that.
Dude, what is he even clicking there, man?
He's just,
He will know not to do that, though.
fingered. He
Dude,
did a
he's just
custom.
like-
He
he's
did a
like
Yeah,
custom.
he's definitely fat.
99% just
He
like-
100% fat fingered. Yeah, like literally 1000%.
But like, how? Like, what is his
Ask
ultimate
Scott.
key
Ask Scott how it
bind?
happens.
It's
Was he gonna like an A strafe? Is his bind Q? Like, was he gonna A strafe here?
blind
What's it?
fucking W.
This is just.
It's so funny because Rack in that
Oh,
clip's
real.
like, because Matt said like they're undeniable, and it's like, what do you mean they're undeniable? Boom, hits the fucking floor pulse. Like it's the most perfect timing of all timings.
Oh my god.
Dude, it's unbelievable.
It's been a tough season for Rack on Genji, huh?
Oh,
But at
yes,
least he
yeah.
made it.
Yeah.
Really happy for Rack as always. One of my favorites.
Dude,
and I'm glad
imagine
he
this:
qualified.
Genji make it, Rack has to play against Genji. This is crazy.
Ooh.
What a timeline.
Yeah, Genji will totally make it. That's gonna be great.
They're gonna make it, and when
Can't wait for that.
when they make it, also it's fucking insane that Rack Attack is gonna make a
225
land
ping.
potentially above Genji. Genji like is literally sponsoring Rack, and he might make it to a land of it before the, which is fucking crazy to think about. But when Genji makes it out, I'm letting the money change me. I am swapping up on my day ones. I am gonna be not returning their calls, and I will be moving differently. So remember that.
I'm trying to salvage some of the OWCS analysis here. So just quickly, Avril, do you have any thoughts on Crazy Raccoon and their past weekend here? I don't think we
Yeah.
covered really how.
Well, I think I covered it. I think I
Did
said
we?
it was like to
That
me.
was quite a
yeah,
while ago, I can't remember.
I think I went into detail in Korea pretty hard in
Yeah.
terms of like when you asked me for my reasoning and I kind of laid it out, lay the land. This is while Connor was putting away his nachos, his jalapenos, his jalapenos, his Sam's Cola. I said that for Crazy Raccoon, they're either sandbagging or they're legitimately in a slump. And it's very hard to tell what's going on because I don't know if they are sandbagging, but it's a theory. But it could be. I don't see a great reason for them to do it because I think this is a team that wants to win. I think this is a team that dislikes losing, that really hates losing, honestly. And so I don't think this is a team that would actually sandbag And it would just, I don't know, it'd be a bad look, it'd be unprofessional for them to do that anyway. So I just don't, I think there's a chance that they are doing that, but I think it's statistically more likely that they are just playing poorly in this meta for whatever reason.
I forget,
I
didn't
think-
Moon make a statement? Just like, because he...
The statement, we are not sandbagging, we just suck right now.
Yeah,
it was a
I mean,
tweet.
because also if you watch the match, they clearly weren't sandbagging. They weren't sandbagging. Like they didn't have the right.
That's hard to
they just
tell.
weren't playing.
Moon's
Well,
tweet
it's
was...
hard to tell when the team isn't sandbagging. Sometimes,
I mean, not for
like,
me.
Okay.
Moon's tweet was, it's true that I had a short period of preparation as I had a week's vacation, but I was lacking in every way. I'm reflecting with a heavy heart. I'm truly sorry to the fans who supported me. I will prepare hard for the remaining week and show you a changed image. See you next week. Thank you. So essentially saying that he had a short week of preparation because he was on vacation. And then they ended up losing these matches.
Jumbin is like genuinely worse than Max right now. I think it might be a meta thing. It might be a hero pool thing. But Max is we're in a Orisa meta. Let's be clear, we're in a Orisa
I think
meta.
it's
Max's
100%
Orisa looks good.
Like a hero pool thing, in my opinion. I think it's a hero pool.
He's
thing.
still trying to play. Jumbin's still trying to play a bunch of ball, and we're definitely. I don't think we're in a Winston or a ball meta right now. So the only real dive he can get away with is playing Hazard. I mean, he can play Orisa, but I feel like I can't remember which one of the losses out of the 3 losses T1 CR just had, but in one of them, they played Jumbin one map, he loses, instantly gets swapped out for Max, and Max just plays the rest of the series from there. And I was like, holy shit, Jumbin's done. Max is now going to be the starter of this team for the rest of the meta. I would actually start to expect that. Maybe map 1, Jumbin always starts because control, more divey, maybe just gets away playing the Hazard, maybe punishes a couple of teams that aren't ready for the ball, even though I think ball's probably not that good right now. This is also a team that's in a weird spot where like they were swapping in between who their Freya player was. It was He-Sang before, now it's Lip. To be fair, it probably should have been Lip the whole time, given like hit scans are mostly the players on the Freya. But now we're also kind of moving away from Freya and playing more Cass, which actually leans into Lip. You'd think that would be good, and it is good for him. But the rest of the team, I don't know, it just doesn't, for some reason, it's still not there, even though you have the Shu Bap as well, which should be, again, on paper, amazing. You got the Chorong Brig. Like, outside of the hero pool issues for Jumbin, you swap Max in. That should solve it, and then everyone else should be fine. He-Sang just fits in however he needs on Trace or whatever, and everyone else should be fine, but I don't know what it is. They're not able to have that clutch factor and kind of win in these, dominate it, but also win in situations where they're kind of looking like they're behind, and then somebody finds a freak play out of it somewhere. They look like a very different team. That's why I'm thinking the sandbag theory is not like 100% false. There's like something there that maybe it's possible, but yeah, they're struggling in this meta.
What a stage. What a stage with Falcons and Crazy Raccoon playing each other in the first round here. It's gonna be an amazing weekend. All right. Do you guys have any other thoughts on any of the teams across the 3 regions here? Anything we missed or didn't have time for? Because obviously, you know, we didn't go into every match detail, but Avast, Jaws, you guys feeling satisfied? Anything extra you wanted to hit? Anything this past weekend that stood out that you were like, we didn't chat about that? Obviously, there's stuff we could have talked about, but we skipped.
There's only on. I mean, like I said, AVRL and I are like kind of the Korea boys here, so I do think like comparatively, just as a final note, like Flora has been essentially, in many ways, Bro has been a bum for the past year of his career, and then he shows. And right now on Zeta, he's frying. He is absolutely frying on Zeta, and it is not this. It is like the Flora that was promised coming from like into like early Overwatch League when he first showed up on like.
Really?
Yeah, Flora is actually looking insane right now.
He was like,
It's because he gets to play Cass. He gets to play his 2-trick Cass.
But the thing is, Flora. Right. But also he played his Sojourn too. Also was pretty good, of course. But like his 2-trick of Cass Sojourn. His Cass is fucking crazy right now. He's literally dominating like a lot of really good players in the server currently for Zeta, which is why Zeta I think is a very safe bet to make. I think is a relatively safe bet to make top 3 Korea, because I think the current performance of like Bernard and Flora is like this team is going to fry. Like they're going to like look really, really good in the current meta. So that is just something for people that haven't been watching. If they're not for Korea, like Zeta Division is like legitimately in. Plus, I mean, like, you know, the rest of the team is still looking really good. You know, they of course, but like with Flora and Bernard looking so good, that team is like crazy currently. That's it. I got
Right.
nothing else.
North America was very one-sided. Besides the GK Nightmare match, which I covered, kind of quickly. We talked about it briefly, but it was a fantastic 5-map banger there. And then EMEA, I think EMEA was pretty straightforward too. Obviously, we had one Div versus 100 Gorillas playing Peps to stay alive in the regular season, but DVG ended up losing, and so
I haven't caught up with Japan in so long, actually. Fuck, I need to do that.
so Peps
I know the
obviously
One
made
Trick
it.
team was still alive.
I'll make a comment on China at the end of this.
All right.
Yeah, I was gonna
well,
say,
we're at the end of it,
We
so
can do EMEA. We can do EMEA first, and then
no. I mean, there's
Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
it was a
here.
straightforward.
I think we're all a bit, I think a lot of us became Quick and DVG fans this stage. Obviously, they had a really hot start and they looked great, but it all kind of fell apart and they lost to Pepsi in map 5.
what are they gonna do now? Are they gonna try and go for? I mean, what are they can just have to play LCQ, right? And they just got picked up by an org,
Yeah.
which is now in jeopardy because it's like if they're not going to EWC, is that pickup still going through? Like it gets into a really weird spot, right?
Who knows? It's a very weird situation. I mean, there's rumors flying around as well. But yeah, I mean, they gotta have the play promotion relegation next month.
Which is
I guess
scary
there's the
because
last chance
Vision's coming
qualifier.
up. Violet's team's coming up. They're probably gonna make it. Vision's probably gonna make it through relegation. They're a very scary team in there. So, when me and my 4 other buddies are playing a couple of face-it matches, and we go up against Violet. Okay, it's very fun.
I'd like that. All right, add in China here then.
China they're about to head into their last week of regular season play before their playoffs, so they're like a week behind everyone else. I think they started a week after everyone else anyway. And in their last week, the most important game is Weibo versus CC, of which both teams are 6-0. Weibo haven't lost a single map, which is, once again, I mean, we expect them to not lose anything. CC have lost 1 map so far to Rock, but I think based on last stage, Rock probably should have played that a little bit. Rock are in a weird spot. Rock have actually lost, I guess they lost 2 games. They lost to Weibo as well. And so assuming that CC lose to Weibo, it'll be 7-0, 6-1, and then Rock finish 5-3 after they beat Little Sheep, which means Weibo, CC, Rock will be the top 3 in China, as you'd expect, as they head into playoffs, assuming nothing weird happens anymore. And this time the playoffs is actually double elim. For those that forgot, Stage 1 playoffs China was single
Oh my
elim,
god.
which where we had that really weird Rock versus Blade situation where both teams are trying to throw against each other. So
Yeah, that
you want to
was
see
crazy.
teams actually trying to throw? That was a legitimate OWCS game where teams were trying to throw. But now we have a double elim bracket for this stage, which means there's teams are actually going to be playing with incentives in mind. And Rock is favored to get at least number 3 in the top 3. Although I think the Rock CC rematch could be a good one. Fun fact: Choice One's not on the team anymore because Choice One's on Vision now, right? Is he? I'm sure he is. Which means he got replaced
I
by
believe
Taejong.
so, yes.
And Taejong actually came from Team Vision. I haven't seen the new Rock yet because I haven't had a chance to catch up on China. I think I'll probably end up watching the China playoffs because that's when Korea will be done by then,
Yeah, same.
just in time for China to start their
Gotta catch
playoffs
up on the
run.
top teams here, yeah.
So yeah, I think China is like the most cut and dry region just because we all know exactly where the hierarchy of teams are and it doesn't change like ever.
Yeah.
So-
At least we got this weekend. We got Weibo versus CC, so it'll be a great
Yeah.
game. It's the last. It is the last match of the regular season. That's pretty funny, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. There's a few announcements this week that we should also talk about. Solomon, you can just bring up whichever one you'd like to bring up first here. And you just briefly touch on them. There'll be an announcement coming on your screen
Announcement? Coming.
at any second here.
He's scrolling.
Here it comes. Boom.
Oh, okay.
Whoa!
I was like,
Who's this
what are you
guy?
talking about?
Who let this Boston Bruins,
he
Red
is.
Sox, England Patriots looking ass cannibal on the main broadcast? Look at this guy.
Ow.
You know, you're playing a dangerous game for a guy that's supposedly going to help you keep your casting employment with the company after a long time. Okay, so playing a dangerous game with a guy that if we fuck
Where's
up,
that,
like we're going down together.
Where's that photo from? Is that from the Houston homestand?
That's from the Battle for Texas. That's the faded ZP fell down the stairs event.
Yeah, oh, that one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
The ZV falling down the stairs event.
Yep. That's for the battle for Texas.
Oh,
Look at
shit.
these odds. Wow. yes, we're
Yes.
cat. I mean, that's it. We're cat.
The double A duo. I don't know what it is. It's our first
I'm calling
time
the Duracell.
casting.
The Duracell.
The Duracell
cast.
duo.
Yeah. So we'll see. It'll be I feel like it'll be a fun time. It'll be a fun time.
Yeah. I'm literally, as I said, my plan is literally right after this, I go to bed, and then I literally wake up for the call time for tonight's first day of playoffs. So
It's going to be one of the casts
that'll
of
be
all
a
time.
fun one. And
Yeah.
then I think we've got more announcements.
Oh,
It's all
Stadium
just
Show,
Avril
Streamer
crazy.
Showdown.
It's all about
I'm also
Avril
on-
today.
I'm also on
Wow.
the stadium show match.
Wow.
So I'll be doing a bit of a stadium cast. I think this will be the second time, at least publicly, there's been a stadium cast. I know some of you guys might have done a private one here or there.
No, it'd be the third one. So me and Joss did one for Champions Clash. This would be you guys doing one in Asia, and then
Oh, Champions Clash. That's right. they had
Dream
one too.
McDallas there was one as well.
Yeah, so this will be the third broadcasted custom stadium match with a broadcast. Yeah, this will be the third time we're doing this. And this is and Stadium's got actual custom lobbies coming out next season, I believe, something like that. So it'll be really interesting. So yeah, this should be fun.
With some UI improvements, it could be a lot of fun. Obviously, that's a bit. There's so much information. I don't display it that smoothly these days. So, but I really do
It's a
think there's
very-
potential for some really fun matches. I mean, people have been loving
Yeah.
Stadium. You know, people eat this shit up. So
It's
That's
a very
Wolf.
tough thing. Oh, that's actually Wolf.
That's Wolf
Holy
from
shit. What
League of
the
Legends,
fuck?
by the way.
From
There's League of
League,
Legends
yeah.
Wolf. Yep. And look, there's Marvel Rivals Toby.
Yeah.
Dude, there he is. Marvel Rivals Toby.
VJ Hong Runner. Wow.
Holy fuck.
Hey, isn't that famous Marvel Rivals guy, Toby? Holy
Yeah,
shit.
dude, he's such a good coach at Marvel Rivals. I mean, it's kind of crazy. I came out of nowhere.
You know, it really was such a sad way to find out for me, because I went to Liquipedia and it always says like the player transfers. It's like Toby retired, and I was like, damn, it was about time, wasn't it? And then I went to found out, oh, Toby's going to Marvel Rivals, and I was like, couldn't you have ended like your amazing storied career just like with Overwatch, and that could have been it? But it's like, nope.
No.
I went to
Well, I
Marvel
mean,
Rivals.
here's my question. I have another secondary question.
Hmm?
Is Medal of Honor the? I'm not even gonna go before I
What?
I started to say
What?
it. I was gonna say. I was
What are
gonna
you
start
saying?
saying.
This guy's
I
trying to do
was
a
just
bit.
I was just gonna do a bit. It's not even worth it. Bro. It's not,
This guy gave
Bro
up on his
gave
bets
up.
midway
Sounds
through.
Oh my
The bits
god.
He's about to
Let's
start a bit
just
and then
move
gave
on.
up.
let's
Wow.
move on.
All right. Wow. What
Oh,
day is
boy.
that? What day is that? Streamer Showdown Cup
Next week.
next week.
So next my Thursday would be your Wednesday.
Right.
It's a
Right.
very hard thing to spectate.
Well, you can't even
my
see the
experience.
ultimates. You got like no tools. No, like the
Well, I mean,
spectating
yeah, they're
tools.
not gonna make it out to EWC, so we know we're not gonna see the ultimates. We know that. Like, we already know.
Ah,
they're not
there
making
it is. There it is.
So, we
We
already
got
know we're
there.
not gonna see the ultimates.
We got
That
there.
is definitely the biggest downside to it.
You can
is
get a
just
Medal of
UI,
Honor for that bit.
Apparently. UI is the problem for a lot of stadium stuff, and like,
Also,
like I
it's
said, it's not
just
really
like-
me, my stuff. but-
Yeah, I don't know. The game gets very chaotic, like super quick.
Oh
It's
yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Oh yeah, it does.
I actually forgot that we have to do the members question of the day, so we'll just do this quickly and then we'll head out here. We had a question from Shiro this week, one of our members. Thank you so much for supporting the YouTube, supporting the show. We do appreciate it, from Shiro, who asks. This would have been great at the start of the episode. Why is everything so unstable right now? Teams aren't consistent, comps aren't consistent. It feels like almost anything can happen from week to week. Is this actually still Freya Fallout, a side effect of the current balance state? Just how things are in OWCS, or something else entirely? So I'll just quickly riff on my answer. I actually do think that Freya really threw things in, like really changed things up quite dramatically here. Because a lot of things that like some comps and like playstyles that teams relied on, Freya, does a good job of like changing things up. So people have to adapt to Freya all the time. Freya was really OP, then people learned how to play against Freya, and now we're kind of figuring out what the meta is to begin with. But I think it's really changed on like what teams can and cannot get away with sometimes. So I actually do think that it's a little bit in flux because of Freya. So not entirely
anything
Freya,
that-
but I think it's kind of true.
I think it's mostly Freya, honestly. I think any hero that warps the game around themselves and then gets hotfixed or like nerfed or whatever, and it just it's like, oh shit, brand new meta, try new shit, and it just kind of everything just then becomes in flux because that hero that's like game warping isn't as game warping anymore. I think it's the majority reason why.
Basically,
everything's so up in the air.
one hero dictates the meta, and then somebody finds another hero or a slight change to the composition, which starts changing the meta slightly, and then somebody finds, well, the counter to that, or the soft counter to that is this.
Yeah.
And then so we move between, like, you know, Winston to Hazard to Orisa. Then people were like, well, you know, maybe we don't have to play the Freya. She's nerfed a little bit anyway. Let's bring back the Soja a little bit. But actually, Cass is pretty good into Orisa. Let's play that. Oh, now that we're playing Orisa, why don't we move away from the Brig Juno and start playing like a Lucio Bap or a Brig Bap composition? Because we know we're in a brawl meta now. And then it's like, you got creativity. It's like, well, you know, if we're playing Bap anyway, why don't we try this like Lucio, this Life Weaver Bap thing out, because that's kind of new and different. Let's just try that out as well. And then for a little while, we had the Sombra as well, which was there to kill the Freya and all this kind of stuff. So yeah, it's just like small tweaks, teams figuring out things. But also, like, I don't know, to like feed into the potential that the sandbag from CR is there anyway. I want to say this in future. I don't think the team that wins like a Champions Clash style event, like a major, should get automatically qualified in the next event. What they should do is they should earn an extra spot for their region so that there are more teams in their region can qualify for the next event. Because anytime a team just auto qualifies to the next event before they even have to play for it, it means that you just have these situations where it causes a little bit of doubt. Now it's like, well, what if they are sandbagging? Because they don't need to play. You don't want to have a situation where you have to ask that question at all. You don't want to have a situation where you could even have to accuse a team of doing that, where it kind of just removes the stakes. And it does remove the stakes because now this Falcons versus Crazy Raccoon match is like, instead of it being, oh my God, one of these two teams, which has been our forever two teams in every single final, is not going to make the mid-season clash final, whatever. Now it's like, yeah, but Crazy Raccoon is still there, so it doesn't matter. Right? It just completely removes the stakes, and I just don't think that's good. So I don't think any team should pre-qualify ever.
Actual like +2. I think that's a really good point.
I think
like you said, it removes so
idea.
much from like even just playing that stage where it's like, okay, it like doesn't matter. Yeah, it's it feels pretty bad, I think, for a lot of other teams too, because it's like your example is give an extra slot to that region, but if they're already qualified, it's like minus a slot for the region because that team's already there. So yeah, I agree with that actually.
The prize pool for Korea this upcoming 2 weeks is 15 grand for number 1, 10 grand for number 2, 6.5 grand for number 3. So, you know, that argument, I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say this, but I do think there's a point that like the big prize is obviously qualifying for the mid-season championship. So if you already did qualify, maybe, you know, that's going to affect Crazy Raccoon and how they approach the stage and how they practice, how they play, all that kind of stuff, right? So that is definitely a worry. I think it's a good point by you, AVRL, that maybe the price was a little too upfront. $1 million and 50,000.
Are you trying to say that like they should reduce the prize pool or increase the OWCS prize pool?
I just think that the incentive of qualifying for mid-season championship outweighs the prize pool so much.
For OWCS. Like why?
I guess I'm saying is like if you're Crazy Raccoon, I don't think you worry too much about missing out on prize pool money because you've already locked in your spot for mid-season, which is the big prize.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think that's. I mean, I could agree with that. I think it's just that's always it's hard to have a franchise like tournament system have higher prize pools in a one-off event, typically.
Right.
So,
I was more making the case that, like AVRL said, you shouldn't directly qualify maybe for any Champions Clash.
No, that's a good idea. Yeah, I agree.
Like
that actually is a really
I like
good
the idea of having an extra slot for the region.
Well, because it also prevents the issue of like meta swaps of like, oh, if teams are like really ass in the new meta, like you can get like teams that are actually good in that meta to come play. Like, yeah, I do think, and it still gives a team, even if they're not good, like a chance because they get more slots. Yeah, I like the idea.
Like with Season 17?
Yeah, I mean, this new season is going to be fucking insane by the looks
of we don't need to spend too much time talking about the season, but correct me if I'm wrong, it does drop
before mid-season.
It's before mid-season. It's early July. Yeah, it's the
So we're going to be in a new meta for mid-season. Yep.
Yep.
to what? It's like the 8th, right? Is that it? The 8th?
Real question is, does it drop before the LCQ?
Ooh,
It says Overwatch powered up season 17, June 24. So it drops this Tuesday.
Oh, so this Tuesday.
And we got
then-
2 weeks of
then
qualifiers.
We're definitely. Yeah, then I mean it's definitely it's definitely a little cooked for that then.
Yeah, it's definitely dropping before LCQ then.
Yeah.
Dude, this patch, dude, the aesthetic for this one goes crazy. I'm just saying, like the skins that they've. I'm sure we'll talk about it like when it drops and stuff. But yeah,
We can talk
dude,
about it
the
next week.
skins, Yeah, the skins are so sick, man. I love this theme. I think it's really cool.
It's cool.
Oh, one thing I did want to mention actually is like team skins. Has there been like a
Any updates on those? Any movement? Any movement?
Anything
Yeah,
I can
just-
bring to the podcast here, Joss?
No, that's what I'm asking you guys. like,
I can assure you-
I think Johnny knows.
I can assure you, my ass has heard literally nothing, and I'm gonna. And listen, since you brought it up, I'm gonna say it. Holy fuck, where are they?
I genuinely, I think the best time to like even bring them out would be like coming into the
World
mid-season.
Finals. Oh, mid-season?
No,
Oh.
no,
Finals?
No,
that's like
finals
way
is a
too
very
late.
finals
So
is a
far
pretty
away.
tough time unless you're gonna make them like unless you're gonna make them a one-time release. Like if you're gonna do an event for what, it has to be like a very very insane skin that you only has limited availability.
so
like you can only get.
That
it
was
now.
my prediction, like many months ago, was my prediction that it would come late in the year.
Yeah.
Because the
I think-
turnaround was so short from them getting the partner teams to then
sure.
actually like releasing them that I was like, there's no way it's going to happen before the season. So it'll probably come late. So
Making it a
I was
big
like, I wouldn't
thing
be
for
surprised if it
mid-season.
was before the World Finals. So they were just like, hey, get your partner team skins going into the World Finals.
I mean, I think 2 windows make sense. The World Finals bit and like making it a big thing for mid-season. Like, oh, the team skins and shit, you know? Like because one thing I do miss about Overwatch League, I miss Overwatch League in general, but one thing I found really cool is like the team skins. I think spectating the game with like all the custom skins and all the random skins and shit is cool. But like there's something I think maybe hits the nostalgia bone like quite hard, quite heavy, is the blue and yellow for Boston and like, you know, blue and
Easy to
dark blue
watch.
for New York Excelsior. Yeah, it's easy to watch. And like obviously it won't be like that because we have non-partner teams, but like I don't know. It was a cool aesthetic. So yeah. Hopefully I'm hoping it's for
know what?
mid-season.
I can't wait for Avast to drop 250 on the Gen G skins.
Yeah, it'll be.
This guy's
it'll
all
be
in. This
sick.
guy's
Yeah,
all in.
Vaz is
Listen,
coming
if
for
Jin-
Rack's job.
Okay, I will make a commitment. I'll make a commitment here.
Okay.
If Jin G makes it to the mid-season event, I will, and there eventually, and the team skins actually occur, I will purchase a Jin G team skin. Obviously, I'll have to purchase like way more T1 team skins, and as ever should everyone. So Jin G is more the consolation prize. Their skins are worse than T1's. T1's overall better. Buy their jersey, buy Faker's bathwater, buy whatever else you want. But like, I do think like I would, if there is a team skin that occurs and they manage to make it, I would buy a Jin G team skin just for the fun of it. So if it actually gets released, if team skins happen, or this could be another like all access pass moment to where, you know, we're cooked. So
Yeah,
we'll see.
how do you reckon they're going to do them? Is it going to be like Overwatch League tokens? Like that type thing?
I don't know. I mean, I would think that like considering how the monetization they've had for like the OWCS like GOAT stuff and like all the other, haven't those just been
It's just been coins. It's just been
Yeah.
the Overwatch coins.
It's been the, it's been
so
the regular
maybe
currency,
it's-
right? So it
maybe
should
it's
be.
just
I feel
regular
like it should
currency.
be. I personally think it should be a similar
Is it a
thing.
currency thing?
But if they do that, then the skin has to be like really good because otherwise, no one's just gonna spend like the currency on like.
Well,
they're not gonna
surely
spend
it's
their
like
actual skin.
recolors, no? Like it's the Overwatch League style.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I would think so, but also it would be, I feel like if you're gonna, like, have them work in the similar way as the other skins, which were they were actually, like, not all of them, some of them were, like, unique skins, you know? Like, we got, like, some pretty unique skins.
Yeah.
Like, I would like for
I
them
mean,
to
for
be
like the
unique.
winners of the tournament.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
because, like, I feel like the team skin should also be something that's, like, it doesn't necessarily change that often unless a rebrand occurs. Like, it should be kind of like, we designed this, here's the design we think of our partner team. This is like, you get something unique. It's probably just going to be recolors, I would imagine so. But like, considering that they, you know, they might just use the same currency they've used the other ones, I'm like, why would, you know, wouldn't you just want to get like something different at that point?
I'm looking forward to it. Like I just want them to come out. I just want them to exist. at this point. But yeah,
We're
that's
all
my little
waiting.
thing.
Can't wait. Okay, last question. This week, Avast, what's your meme of the week?
Well, the problem is all my memes of the week are almost exclusively going to be on TikTok. So, like, how are we going to link that? You know, how are we going to bring that up? Because TikTok's where the movement's happening.
You got to reenact it right now.
It might be a bit of a shame copyright-wise as well.
Well, I could reenact the one that I've been verbally stimming for this one since I was in Toronto towards the end of it. There's currently a TikTok trend where a song plays like "She a vet, not a rookie," and they slow it down, and then it pans to a guy typically humping like an object, like usually it's cars, and they're like just like going to Pound Town on the car and moving the whole thing as that song plays in the background. Don't know if we can bring that one up. We'll have to see, but yeah, that's my meme of the week, I guess. Other memes of the week. There's an Overwatch community member that's been popping up in the OWCS community and beyond called I Kill People 18.
What?
Been seeing them a lot on social media. And supposedly Gen Z is trying to cancel I Kill People 18 for, I don't know what they're doing, but I find the whole thing very funny because their alias is literally I Kill People 18.
I Kill People 18.
And yeah, that's what I got. I got that so far. There's some other memes, but I feel like that we start veering to the drama section. So I think those are my memes.
I Kill People 18 is crazy.
Yeah, search them up. I find their post essentially is like, it feels very new age OWCS where like essentially we're the unks now. Half the Overwatch League like fan base has essentially gone away now. They've either
Apply turns 25 and he's Unk.
Yeah, I know,
They're calling Space Unk. At this point, I don't even know what I am.
Like, this is like very new age OWCS community stuff where it feels very, it's just very not the same vibe. And also on top of that,
love that you call it new age Overwatch.
It is. I mean, the OWCS community, like, we got a bunch of, like, we have a bunch of, like, 20, it's the type of people that AVRL are arguing with online. Like, they're 19, 20 years old. Like, they're the same cultural context doesn't apply. And they're willing, and, also because they're all, like, 19, they all want to be right about everything. So it's, like, it's just a very different vibe.
Me personally, I can't wait 2 months from now. Someone's going to be like, I can't believe no one put 1,000 at Extinction. They just won NA. What are these guys, stupid? These guys don't deserve a podcast. No one predicted Extinction? That's so ridiculous, guys. Wow. That's insane, guys. These guys underestimating Extinction again. SMH my head.
So yeah, I kind of put I Kill People 18. I put him into that category, It's just like, it's a dude that AVRL could beef with on Twitter.
Well, I don't know anything about this person, so hopefully, I'm trusting you on this character judgment here. So, God, what a relief. I think I just naturally quit the Twitter thing. For so long, I was like addicted. I was checking it all the time. And it just kind of faded away. Like, I don't even know. I didn't even need an intervention or anything. It just naturally. My interest in the app just naturally faded. Okay, what is this, Josh?
I haven't seen this. I haven't seen
what is this?
It's esports casters to 9 to 5. Andy's is me. I was going to send it to you, Connor. It's like, that's me to you. I have to go to work. It's so good.
That is really good.
Oh, wait, I don't get it.
Good. Well, yeah, we'll explain it to you. We'll explain it to you later.
Tell me what it after the episode.
Yeah, I mean, you're not missing. Yeah, I love this one. I've seen this one. This one's good. This one's really good.
How to fucking obliterate your dash cam with milk tutorial.
Why is this
This is mandatory.
Well, he's just showing
That's
you
an old
how.
car.
He's showing you how to obliterate your dash.
This is what we've replaced Brain's Play of the Week with, is it? This is it.
Meme of the
Do
week.
you have a
really
candidate,
good.
player of the week?
Oh wait, he's just going through the ones I send him. Yeah, I didn't realize these are from me that I've sent to Solomon. Wait, there's some other good ones. Wait, no. Scroll down further. I think there's some. I can't remember all the ones I've sent you. I don't remember which ones are potentially viewable on the podcast.
What the fuck?
It's just a compilation of her being like, I couldn't believe, I had no idea, I couldn't believe, I don't understand. It's me in math class.
That's so good.
All right.
Oh my
I'm
God,
overdosing.
It's a picture.
I'm
That's a
overdosing
picture.
on memes. I'm overdosing on memes. I'm overdosing.
Whoa, wait, that's so good.
Dude, he's moving with it.
Wait, that guy's got
1.8 million likes.
Yeah, and could you believe that shit like that? Like a little monkey dancer right here probably generated more revenue
That
than
top
this
comment goes
podcast in a
crazy.
year.
Please tell me this pays your bills. It probably did. I mean,
That monkey's crazy. It's crazy
Wow.
good moves. Yeah, no, yeah, we could just start reviewing the TikToks I send to Solomon every week.
We need something.
segments.
Avril, did you have a candidate?
Bro, okay, this one goes crazy. this one goes hard. Oh fuck.
Oh, okay.
Quick
That's his whole
change.
day, by the way. That's his whole day. His whole day is that he balls and then he has some coffee after, and that's his whole day after his.
sick.
And then he eats like a microwave dinner of steak and rice, and that's his entire day after his wife left him. That's it. That's all. That's all he's got.
This one's, I mean, that bit is.
Oh,
That
boy.
reminds me, kind of. My wife didn't leave me, but she's away right now. But speaking of which,
Nice.
Okay, go on.
I was going to ask, because I've already proposed this to Bren and Josh. Connor, will you come back and play DayZ if we get a private server?
Yes, I'll fucking play the
Yes!
dog shit ass game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
All
my God,
right,
he's in.
Johnny. We should just Avril, my casting partner needs to go to
I got
bed.
you. I got you. Friends play of the week should either be given to one or two people. I have two candidates here. Should
Okay.
either be given to Apply or the person Apply makes content about Gaming for Hope.
No, we can't do it. We can't.
I read
We
Spilo's
can't.
tweets. I don't know
do
what
that.
happened here.
Oh, we can't
I
do
read
it.
Spilo's
bro.
tweets.
Okay,
How
I
did this
have
go?
a lot.
Wait.
I have a lot to say on this topic, but I will say that I don't know if we should, but I have a lot to say on this topic
You
because
should
I
you should
think
make a
it's
giant.
insane.
Apply's been farming this for content. You got to get on that.
I know he has. I know applies performance. Me personally, if I were to pick an actual Prince Player of the Week, I'd pick like Flora for actually looking like a relevant player in 2025.
It's not even Flora's birthday. It's Apply's birthday.
It's
Yeah, I mean,
Jamu's
we could pick
birthday as
Apply.
well.
Oh yeah, I mean, Apply's birthday,
Is it?
sure. Yeah, Apply's birthday, sure. I'm gonna say is I'm willing to speak on this topic, but I'm gonna say that it might. I don't know if you want to. I don't
By
know
the
if you
way,
want to.
by the way, next September 11th, we should give a birthday Brents Play of the Week to Faraway 1987.
Oh, true.
I was about to say 2025.
Mark
yeah.
it, Solomon, put that on the calendar. September 11th, Faraway's birthday. Brins Player of the Week.
We'll do a special
know if you
episode
want
just for him. We'll dissect every
Faraway
play of
special.
his. A Faraway
This
special.
is
I
Obviously-
will say, don't understand the Gaming and Hope stuff. I have no idea. I'm too far out of the loop. I'm gone.
Do you know Darkside Phil?
Yes.
Yep.
I know the.
He's
shit behind-
Overwatch's Darkside Phil.
Who is?
That's it.
Oh, Game Boy.
That's it.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
That's
okay,
it. That's all
okay,
there is
okay.
to it.
All
I
right.
don't
That's
know much
essentially
about
all
Darkside
there is
Phil.
to it. Well,
Interesting. That's
let's
pretty
just-
crazy.
That's essentially it's just a guy that's really, really bad at video games that shows how to be an influencer, and then there's also some political undertones that have been attached to it, so it's made it.
Because
even
I feel
worse.
is an old one. Oh, can I show you my painting?
we're all waiting.
Did you make this?
No. But it's
Of
an
course
oil
not.
painting of the door stuck meme.
Yeah, I do. I recognized it. I recognized it.
Door
I'm more so
stuck.
looking at what's on your
Door
desk.
stuck.
I see a
Oh, you wanna
coffee
see-
mug. I think that's
I
like
got a
is
pack
that
of cards. I
pack.
got
Okay, dude,
coffee
he's
mug.
quit
Bro's
Belgium, and
gambling,
now
he's
just-
gambling.
That's what he won
now
Commander.
just
He won
real
Commander with that
gambling.
pack
No,
of cards.
I actually bought them to practice Magic because my wife loves Magic.
Magic of the Gathering.
Ah, he's practicing magic, huh?
Wow.
I love Magic.
Is that
I
what
like
you were
Magic
doing when you
together.
said you were playing Commander? You were just like
No, I wasn't. I was actually playing
you were just
Commander.
like,
No, I
like
did
this
win
story.
actually. So,
Wow,
W Gaming.
that's good. He's gaming, dude. This guy, he's gaming for.
He's
gambling.
popping off. He's buying
That's
oil
gaming for
paintings. He's
gaming.
playing cards, doing magic, flips and shit.
Yeah, dude, I'm
It's
like,
good for you.
I'm getting lots of hobbies, man.
Oh,
New ones.
hobbies are good.
Yeah.
Hobbies are good.
Hobbies
Hobbies
are
are good.
epic,
You know what?
yeah.
Everyone should go outside and touch grass at least 20 to 30 minutes a day. That's in the video game community. Everyone, you should all do that. You should all have a hobby outside of video games. Perhaps it could be anything.
Let's go
What do
look
you
at the sunset for like 10 minutes a day.
Go stare at a solar eclipse without glasses on.
You could, I mean, you know, anything at all. Anything at all. Not going to tell you what. Could be anything you want. Target online
All right.
harassment, you know?
Arrow's,
that is crazy.
Not that one. Maybe
Everyone's
not that one.
staring at the sunrise right now. So we gotta let this guy go.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Tune in for OWCS Korea playoffs tonight,
Yippee!
featuring these two guys. Look,
Yip.
I'm looking forward to that. I will not be awake, but I will watch the VODs.
I know you won't.
you'll wake up in time. You'll be awake for the last map.
Oh, I will be actually. Yeah, that's true.
I've asked any takes on the Patriots preseason camp.
The Patriots preseason camp. No. I'm just wearing this hat because I got
Thank
it.
you for
Boston.
watching. We'll see you next week. Take care, everybody.
We're fading to black again.
This is a really slow fade to black. I'm not gonna lie, this is like exceptionally slow. Like it's such a long outro.